Hello, everybody, and welcome to the UEFA Europa League live watch-along quarter-final first leg goal show. I'm joined by Rowan and Kieran today. How are we doing, boys?
Doing good.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Are you ready to watch some Thursday night football?
Do you know what? Yeah, it'll be. I hope it's a refreshing kind of thing because we've had some really good Champions League ties. Really good Champions League ties. So I'm hoping kind of the Europa League can pick up where the Champions League left off.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate to have a good, entertaining game. For the Champions League, I think I'm lucky again that I've got a good football game as well. Arsenal Slavia is going to be great. I mean, as that, there's so many good games on today. I say every game is a good game.
Yeah, so you mentioned Arsenal Slavia. Why don't we start off with Arsenal Slavia? I'll just get the thing up for you there on the screen. There you go. On the right-hand side, Ron, if you'd just like to read out the team for me.
Yeah. So for Arsenal, it's Leno, Cedric, Holding, Gabriel, and then Bellerin. And then it's Willian, Smith Rowe, Xhaka, Partey, and Saka. And then it's Lacazette up front. And for Slavia, it's Kolari in net. And it's Zima, Holesh, and Borrell as back fours. So no Andres Crudelo with that suspension. So Holesh comes in at centre back, and then it's sort of flat five of Olayinka, Provod, Hormoda, Stanchu, and Dorley. But expect Stanchu to push a bit further forward, and then up front it's that youngster, it's Abdallah Sima.
Well, thank you very much for that, Rowan. Prediction for the game?
3-0 Slavia.
Right. Okay. We'll move on very swiftly from that. Kieran, Ajax versus Roma. You said before you were excited to watch this game. You watched Ajax in the last round. Are you excited to watch this one as well?
Amazingly, I've watched Ajax since the group stage. I don't know how I've managed to get into it, but I've somehow picked up an Ajax game along the way. I'm looking forward to it. Two teams that I think are very much under the radar. You look at the headliners, it's Arsenal, it's Man United, and then the tier below is, I think, where you'd find these two teams, to be honest with you, maybe alongside Villarreal. But if you want me to go through the starting 11, I can do.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
In net is Kjell Sherpin, which is interesting because Stecklenburg's been in net for the last couple of games. A back four of Wrench, Timber, Martinez and Tagliafico. A midfield three of Alvarez, Gravenberch, and my personal player of the tournament whilst watching Ajax, David Klaassen. Unbelievable he's been. Wingers, Anthony and Neres bringing that Samba flair. And Tadic up front, who has been declared as the best number 10 in the world in the chat a few times. I disagree myself, but, you know, it's fair dues. And then for Roma, an interesting one for them. It's a five at the back, but CDM Brian Cristante is in the centre-back there with Mancini and Ibanez either side. Left wing-back or left midfield, Spinazzola. Opposite side is Bruno Perez. Midfield two of Vertu and Diawara. Advanced Pedro and Lorenzo Pellegrini with Edin Dzeko, the experienced Bosnian, up top.
And yeah, prediction for this game, Kieran?
I'm expecting a decent game. However, I have said that I like the firepower off the bench for Roma. Probably one of the top scorers in the league, in the Europa League, is Boya Mayoral. I think he'll cause damage late, but I'm going to go with 2-2 altogether.
Set up a nice second leg clash, but I mean, you two are only watching one game tonight. I feel like I'm bigging it up a bit because I've got two games to watch. Unfortunately, Will and Adam aren't available for tonight, so I've got to watch two games. I've got the privilege of watching two games because I actually said that Villarreal were going to win the whole tournament from the start. And Man United's the team that I support. So we'll go through that Dinamo Zagreb Villarreal lineups right now. Two teams that probably, I'd say, a little bit surprised to be making it this far. I'm not going to lie. Of course, Dinamo Zagreb got through luckily against Top Marseille. Luckily, they were absolutely phenomenal in that second leg. And Villarreal, I mean, as good as they are, probably a little bit fortunate here and there to get through to this round. So go straight through the lineups. We've got Livakovic in net for Dinamo Zagreb, a back four of Ritovski, Lauritsen, Theophile Catherine, former Cardiff man, and Gvardiol. Midfield two of Ademi and Jakic, Ivan Jusic, Maya and Orsic behind Antwerpen up front. For Unai Emery's side, we've got Rulli in net, Juan Foyth, Albiol, Torres, and Pedraza as a back four, Parejo, Capu, and Trigueros in midfield. Behind that front three of Gerard Moreno, who has done excellent form in the Europa League, Baka and Chukwueze. For this one, lads, I'm going to go for 1-1. I know Villarreal have been playing very well in the Europa League, but I feel like Dinamo Zagreb nick a draw, take it to the second leg, try and get something there. But in the other side of the bracket, Granada Man United should be a fairly straightforward one for Manchester United. We've had harder ties in the previous two rounds, but we can't discredit this Granada side, of course. I think they said on BT just before This Granada side altogether costs £8 million, which is absolutely phenomenal. Fair play to them, and they're absolutely phenomenal manager, doing a fantastic job at the moment, Diego Martinez. So for Granada, the Spaniards, they've got Rui Silva in there, a back four of Victor Diaz, Vallejo, Domingos Duarte, and Neva. A midfield two of Yangel Herrera on loan from Manchester City and Gonalon. Kennedy, former Newcastle man Montoro, and Antonio Puertas behind that man, Roberto Soldado. I'm sure we'll all remember him. With Man United, it's a very strong lineup tonight. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looks like he wants to get this one over and done with in the first leg. De Gea returns his place in goal after being dropped for Dean Henderson at the weekend. Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, and Shaw at the back. Pogba and McTominay behind Bruno Fernandes. Rashford and James flanking either side of Mason Greenwood up top. Interesting lineups for every single team, I'd say. Very strong. A lot of people, I think, want to get this over and done with in the first leg. Would you agree?
I hope not, because I hope next week we have something to talk about.
Yeah, but I think...
Go on, Roman.
I think them teams that are away, this is their game. Go for it. Full beans. Go for it all. And then, like you said, the second leg might be boring, but luckily, I think it's that crunch time. All the teams are not going to take it easily. Yeah,
and I mean, if the games that I'm watching are anything like the game that I watched yesterday, I'd be very happy. What a game that was yesterday.
Yeah, you got very lucky. I mean, Kyle's just said, "Hey, all, how are you doing?" I hope we're all doing it good.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, doing well.
Also, today we've got Andre Kolar back in net. He's supporting a lovely attire today. So he's got the Czech helmet, the Petr Cech helmet, and then he's also got the Cody Rose face mask. So he's really sporting everything. He's fully protected to back in the team.
So is he all good now, Kolar?
I wouldn't say good. He's wearing an entire face mask and the helmet, but he's playing. I think I understand why they sort of rushed him back. The youngster played midweek and he got sent off, and obviously that just confidence in that. So Slavia's goalkeeper situation. You've got an injured goalkeeper. You've got an 18-year-old who's just got sent off last game. Then you've got like a 37-year-old backup. It's great.
Yeah, not going really well for Slavia at the moment. But I mean, in terms of the tournament, though, they've done phenomenally well to get here on.
Yeah, I think the group, when we did the group draw, we said that Slavia, it was possibly maybe the toughest group, just with Leverkusen and Nice. Beersheva was the easiest side, but Leverkusen and Nice were tough, so they did well to get out, and then they've been knocking out Leicester, knocking out Rangers, have a chance to knock out another British team. I mean, Pierre Olinka's got a fresh trim. That surely means he's going to score at least 5+ goals.
Yeah, and Kieran, a very impressive Ajax side coming up against a fairly evenly matched Roma side. I mean, it's going to be a close one, I think, in your game.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm slightly biased because it's my game, but I think this is the tie of the round, looking at it in terms of two teams that are very evenly matched. I think you can find levels in the other games. Like I'd say Villarreal better than Zagreb, United better reputation than Granada, whereas in this game, I think two evenly matched sides coming up against each other. I hope it doesn't mean that they cancel each other out and I just get a poor draw. But what I've seen of both teams, especially Ajax, they've been cutthroat throughout this whole tournament. And we saw against Young Boys, they just absolutely destroyed a team that knocked out Leverkusen the round before. So be interesting to see because, as I say, two under the radar teams as well.
Yeah, very much so. But Kyle did say, can't wait for Rowan's reaction when Slavia Prague knock out Arsenal. I mean, the reactions in the last two rounds have been priceless.
Slavia haven't done themselves. Do you know when they take the knee before the games? I know they haven't been doing the Czech League. Slavia haven't done it then as well. It's so awkward, especially with everything going on. I mean, Kyle also said would have liked Twanzebe, Bayer, Van der Beek and Diallo to start, but otherwise, hopefully we'll win.
Yeah, I think the fact that he's not gone with those players is probably because he wants this tie over and done with in the first round. I think Granada, they conceded the most goals in the league last year. So if Man United can get into their stride, this should be quite comfortable for them. But like I said, you can never write out Granada. They've done phenomenally well to get here. They've knocked out Napoli of all sides as well. And I mean, I know Napoli are in a little bit of shambles at the moment.
And Mulder.
Yeah, and Mulder. And you know a lot about Mulder, Kieran.
The sports-corner.com.
I remember watching Granada, obviously, in the last round. I chose to cover that game. And the thing is, as you say, at the moment, I think they are the joint top conceders in the Liga. However, in the Europa League, they're one of the most defensively solid teams in there. I don't know what happens when they're on the continent, but something changes. So, but the thing is, it's amazing that a team like that is doing so well. And as you say, £8 million. They also have strike force with a combined age of like 73 or something. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I'm sorry, they had a little bit of a chance already. It's not really cleared by Wan-Bissaka. It's going to be whipped back in again and then headed away by that man Wan-Bissaka again. Man United under the cosh a little bit in this first 30 or so seconds. My games have started, both of them. Of course, I'll be covering Dinamo Zagreb, Villarreal, and Granada, Man United. Rowan's covering Arsenal, Slavia Prague, and Kieran is covering Ajax versus Roma, which I'm going to agree with you, Kieran. I think that is the tie of the round.
Yeah, I think on paper, definitely. Because if you look at the stature of the two teams, we talk about Ajax, that is a team filled with history. And also Roma are arguably the team that has gone... I say when the Italian teams came into Europe, you wouldn't expect this Roma team to be the last one standing in European competition, with the likes of Napoli and Juventus already being knocked out of their respective tournaments. And they had an early chance there from Lorenzo Pellegrini sliding in from a drilled cross, but the Italian just couldn't get on the end of it. But a good start by Roma.
Anything happened in your game, Rowan?
No, nothing happening, but obviously Arsenal are coming off that 3-0 loss, and Slavia have actually started as the better side. The two like holding midfielders of Provon and Hormoda have just held the ball up really well, just waited, basically just dragging in Willian. They keep him on the right side and just trying to pull Willian in, creative opposites for either Alexander Bartagon on the outside or Dollar, who is obviously starting this game. But nothing much going on yet. Obviously only 3 minutes in, but signs are bright for Slavia. Yeah,
and where do you think Slavia can really get at Arsenal tonight? Because we've seen at the weekend they got shown up Arsenal by Liverpool. Really leaky defence and stuff. Where do you think Slavia can most profit for Arsenal set pieces tonight?
I think we've seen Leno have we've seen with all keepers probably, but Leno have a couple of inconsistencies this year. But Stanchu has proved throughout in this tournament, like in the league, yes, but the league is very different. This tournament, from set pieces, he is so dangerous. Same with Abdallah Sima. It's what I've said every game, and they've done it and they've gone through it. It's target Abdallah Sima, the youngster. He's got the pace to get past the back two of Holding and Gabriel. Just give him the ball and let him run. I don't think Oli and Crandoli will get involved much in this game. They rarely do. As much as I love Peter Olienka and I will back him till the day I die, he doesn't really get involved until a goal or a big attacking moment. He normally just lurks around. It's why I fell in love with him, because he was just running up and down trying to get the ball. But it's give it to that man. Give it to Abdallah Sima and he can do something.
Yeah, Daz is in the chat. He says, "Good evening, guys. How are you doing?" Again, we're all doing well. We're looking forward to watching some entertaining football tonight. Of course, we've had the Champions League's done. Thursday night football's back. But we'll be back next week, won't we, boys, for the Champions League? Is it next week?
Is it next week, or is there a gap? I feel like there's a gap of a week.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll next week.
It's next week. Bloody hell.
No, thick and fast, boys.
Oh!
We love it, though. What's happened there?
Saka was just in behind there. Good recovery challenge. I think that was Zima. But Saka was in behind there. Could have gone in, but a foot gets stuck in. But good, lovely through ball. But I think it was Lacazette who just plays through Saka in between the Zima and I think it was Holesh. Good tackle from Zima there to get the ball.
Yeah, Pogba's won the ball for Man United and that counter-attack's on now. Tries to play a lovely ball out to Marcus Rashford. There's a lot of room for Marcus Rashford. It's a 4-on-3 at the moment. Rashford wide left of the penalty area, still going. Still Rashford onto his right, shoots. Deflects up in the air, still not cleared by the Granada defence. Back to Bruno Fernandes, edge of the area. Comes to McTominay. Gets out of his feet, strikes one. It's headed away and cleared away. But Man United finally getting into Granada's half and finally having a little bit of momentum in the offensive positions. Kieran, anything happened in your game since we last came to you?
Yeah, there was an opportunity not too long ago. You would have seen one of me pulling my faces like, ooh, or ah, as Anthony broke free on the right-hand side. One of, I believe, the faces of Ajax Golden Generation. He came through on the right-hand side. He then squared it into the middle for another face, Gravenberch, who hit it from the edge of the box, straight into the hands of Paul Lopez. But for me in this game, a little bit of a storyline is that goalkeeping position for Ajax. No Onana, because of, obvious reasons, because he took his wife's medicine or something like that was his excuse. And obviously no Stecklenberger, I've seen it, as much as he's a little bit of a meme sometimes because he's still playing at the age of like 30 odd. It's interesting to see how Sherpen will get on. Young guy in a big occasion.
Yeah, is Stecklenberg injured?
Outside the box.
Give me 2 seconds, I'll have a check. It might be COVID, you never know.
You never know. I mean, Arsenal are starting to get a footing in this game. And I hate to say it is Granit Xhaka moving up in that midfield, trying to win it back. I mean, I tell you what, I think Slavia have took a risk here and bringing Kolar back. And I don't think it's in terms of actual keeping, but I don't know whether he's not been able to kick a ball straight. He's tried to ping it across to the left to Jan Borrell, I think, a couple of times now, and he's just kicked it across straight out of play.
Well, I don't know how, but we've somehow got a streaker on the pitch in Spain. There's a guy with... He looks like the lion off Madagascar. His hair looks like that, and he's streaking along the pitch. And I have no idea how, but Villarreal have got a chance in the box now. Villarreal does shoot. I think it was Pedraza who had the shot. Good save, though, by Livakovic in the Zagreb net. But, yeah, I don't know how we've somehow got a streaker on the pitch, but we've got a stoppage in play now. Daz did put his predictions in the chat. He says Ajax 2-0, Arsenal 2-2, United 3-0. Obviously, don't like Dinamo Zagreb or Villarreal. Not put a prediction for that.
I did find out Stecklenberg's injury. It's literally defined on Transfer Market as the most old person injury. It literally lists it as knee problems.
Oh,
he's just old.
Bless him. Early arthritis setting in for him. He didn't be playing this many games this season.
No, definitely not. Unlucky.
Go on. Jan Borrell on the wing. Stanchu tries to get past Bellerin. It goes out for a corner. Come on, Slavia. That was nice by Nico Stanchu. I don't know who it was. He pulls across and then he just immediately darts back in to take the ball from Borrell and does win a corner. You've got to keep it out for Zima as well, the centre back and then the striker.
Yeah, first yellow card of our game goes to Paul Pogba, overextending for a challenge there. Fouling, I think it was Kennedy. It was Kennedy, but yeah, this Zagreb Villarreal game has been a decent start. I'm not gonna lie. I'm obviously flicking and flacking with the stream in the game because I'm going to watch on my computer. So it looks to me like it's been a decent game. 8 minutes in, I'd probably say it's been quite an even affair so far. Villarreal have only had the main shot on target, but Zagreb trying to come forward with Orsic, but it's cleared away by 1-5 for Villarreal.
I've had to say Daz has just given his prediction. Sorry, Kieran. He's got Villarreal 3-0.
In terms of the Europa League, did we know the semi-finals like we did the
that's a great ball. Oh, sorry, Kieran. I did.
The semi-finals are Man United or Granada versus Ajax or Roma, and then Arsenal, Slavia Prague versus Zagreb or Villarreal.
Right, thank you.
Sorry for interrupting you there, Kieran. It was a great ball in behind by Saka, and Lacazette had got past Zima, but Kolar comes out and collects it. It was a lovely ball just on the turn, just plays through Lacazette. He's such a bright spark for this Arsenal side. He's so good.
Well, Granada have got the first big chance of the game, I'm going to say. Daz has said, going back to Josh now, fair play, Daz. Thank you very much for dropping into the stream. But yeah, Granada got their first chance of the game. It's number 19, Angel Montero over the free kick. He tries to dink one over the top, and it's headed away easily by Bruno Fernandes and out for the first corner. But well, Man United are claiming for the offside.
Sorry. And everything. Oscar Dolly stole it in the midfield, and he just couldn't get his on it. And then I think it was Gabriel just comes in and absolutely shunts him out on the floor. But I think this switch, I genuinely think Dolly is coming to midfield, and Stanchu has found himself on the wing. Yeah, Dolly's in the midfield. Something I didn't expect to say in this game.
Well, yeah, Granada have got a corner now.
I was going to say, before the corner, we have had a chance in this game. I didn't make a noise. I just went, I did me similar, like, ooh, came back again.
I'm very vocal.
It was Edin Dzeko. No, I don't want to be vocal because if someone's talking, I don't want to interrupt. So It was Edin Dzeko. It was a lovely 1-2 on the edge of the box with Pellegrini. And it was a lovely snapshot across the goalkeeper, across Sherpen. And he thought he got a touch on it, but it was a goal kick in the end, just past the post. But Dzeko's one of the most prolific finishers in Serie A. over the past couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets another chance, whether it ends up in the back of the net.
Well, it was an absolutely phenomenal save right there from Geronimo Rulli. It was a snapshot from the edge of the area by Lovro Meyer, and another good save by Geronimo Rulli there again from the header from, I think it was that former Cardiff player, Theophile Catherine. Two big saves by Geronimo Rulli there in the space of minutes, because that Dinamo Zagreb now starting to get on top. Bernardo's in the building. Welcome, Bernardo. He says, "Tell me Prague have scored." Rowan?
I wish I could, mate. I wish I could. I really do. Not yet. Not yet. No one's. I don't think we've had a shot in our game yet so far.
Well, the corner's whipped in late, and a header is just wide by that Cardiff man, Theophile Catherine. Two big chances for him in the space of 2 minutes. Two corners floated in, and he probably should have done better with that one, but unlucky. Dinamo Zagreb probably should have had the lead there. But Kieran, you were saying in your game there have been a couple of chances. Has anybody really taken the game by the scruff of the neck yet?
No, not really. I'd say a very even and fair open. I've got to admit, when Ajax do go forward, you can see why the danger is. It's usually the wingers. The hold-up play by Tadic is really good. He's very good in that number 10 role. I still don't believe best in the world, but creatively, going forward, he's probably the key to everything good about Ajax. And the wingers, when they get in behind the number 10, have caused problems. But in terms of Roma, very good defensively. And when they've gone forward, Pellegrini's looked sharp, and Edin Dzeko always looks a danger. But even so far.
And Rowan, can you see Slavia Prague's plan?
No, because as Slavia do, they're all over the pitch.
What's happened, Kieran?
I was a bit too vocal there, but I thought it'd gone in, but it was headed off the line. Really good defending. It was chipped up. It was an absolutely brilliant run by Spinazzola. Took on 3 men, just showed him the ball and shimmied past him. Chipped it towards the back post, and it's there for Edin Dzeko to head home. And it's headed off the line by a man who was about 3 foot shorter than him. So I'm surprised Edin Dzeko didn't head that one in. It was given as a foul in the end, but closest I think we've come. Yeah,
and Rowan, I asked you about the plan for Slavia Prague. You just give me a one-word answer. No, can you give me anything better than just a no?
No, I knew there was a chance in that Roma game. Nothing really, because they haven't attacked it, but it's that through ball to Seema as they've done the entire tournament. I'm surprised. I was very surprised that Rangers didn't try to sort of nullify that. Like that's how basically the entire game against Leicester they were trying. And then at Rangers, they did it a little bit less, but they still utilised it. Whereas here, exactly the same, when Kieran was talking, I think it was Provod puts a ball through the wing, and I thought Seema threw it because he'd beaten Hector Bellerin, but Leno had come out quick and caught it. But yeah, it's that lovely through ball to Seema. It's a really good switch play. That's a really good switch play. Bar's in a lot of open space. It's Alexander Bar. Good cross in! Headed away by Bellerin outside the box. Oh! Provod just over the crossbar. Oh, that would dip in.
Do you think this is Slavia's best time to play Arsenal?
Yes, because Arsenal are coming off that 3-0 loss, but Slavia haven't been that clinical in the league. I thought they're coming off a draw in the league, but they haven't had any major performance where you go. They beat Opava 4-0, and that's surprisingly that's not that good for Slavia. They genuinely do not know. That was obviously without a couple of the starters, but a lot of 2-0 wins. They've conceded a couple recently, but they don't play as often as these teams. It's sometimes every week, sometimes they don't play for 2 weeks, weeks and a half. So that consistent thing, but they do have a huge game coming up this weekend. It is the Prague derby, so that is going to be a very fun game.
Oh wow!
Battle for the league. I mean, they're way ahead in the league. They're 14 points ahead, but it's Prague derby.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Slavia Prague they've got to back themselves after knocking two of the favourites out, because I mean at that point Leicester were playing really good football, still are, and Rangers. I think they were going to probably ride that momentum wave all the way, but shown up by a Slavia side that played well. But I mean, two sides that probably also want to make a name for himself, Kieran, Ajax and Roma. Do you think either of those two sides could win it? What's happened?
That is an unbelievable hit from centre-half Brian Cristante. It's nervy defending from Ajax on the edge of the own box. They're at 6s and 7s and they get it clear. Cristante takes one touch out of his feet and hits it from about 30 yards, destined for the top corner. Sherpen, we questioned whether it was going to be a big miss. I don't know if the knee problems would have got to that. It's a great stretch by Sherpen and it's round the post, but a great effort from Brian Cristante.
Well, the first massive chance of that game. And a good chance for Roma to take the lead.
Yeah, and to be honest, they've looked really good going forward, as have both teams, to be honest with you, in the opening stages. Still a little bit cagey, but we've had chances, which is nice.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish I could say the same. I feel like I'm watching 2 games and I'm getting no chances, whereas you guys are kind of hogging them all at the moment.
Speak for yourself.
To my life. I was going to say, welcome to my life last night when you watched a 3-2.
That's true. That game was so good.
You get them special nights. But while there's no chances, I will say there's some big... I've just realised, I was looking at this team sheet for Ajax. I forgot they're missing Mazraoui and Daley Blind as well. Daley Blind, who's been one of the more experienced figures in this defence, he's not going to be here tonight, unfortunately.
Ah, well. So it's
is he out with like a serious injury?
He could be, to be honest. I literally just looked at the team news and like who's out, and like it was listing them and it says Daley Blind and Mazraoui, and I just realised. I was thinking, where is he? Because I'll be honest, Eredivisie's not my league, but I've just realised he's out.
Yeah, with a syndesmotic ligament tear. His return is unknown, so I think it's quite serious.
Is that even a word?
Doesn't look like a word.
So
I'm googling ligament tear. Found it.
I feel like Daley Blind always had that sort of injury.
Oh, this just basically the syndesmosis ligament is a fibrous joint held together by ligaments. It's located near the ankle, and basically what he's done is he's torn it off the bone. Is what I'm guessing from this.
Yeah,
nice.
I don't think he's coming back for the final.
No, we're 17 minutes in, 18 minutes into these games, lads. We've had no goals so far in 4 games. What are we playing at?
No, I feel like the Europa has that, though. Like, during the goal show, I remember Josh sometimes just has to speak to himself for a bit.
If nothing much has happened in man, I mean, Arsenal have tried to do the long ball over to Lacazette or through to Saka if he's pushed up, but that's not working. It's the same with Slavia. They've tried it. I mean, the centre-backs have pushed up a lot. It's a good ball into the wing now to Smith Rowe, actually. Oh, please don't maybe eat my words. Smith Rowe got nowhere to go. Good pressure from Slavia. Forced back to Gabriel.
Yeah, Man United have got their first free kick of the game in dangerous territory. Probably about 20 to 25 yards out on wide left-hand side. Potential range for a shot. Well, I know Bruno Fernandes is going to hit it anyway because it's Bruno Fernandes. But the first real chance for Man United to get any attempt on goal tonight. In the other game, however, Villarreal now back on top against Dinamo Zagreb in terms of the possession and stuff. They happen forward Chuck Weze down the right, puts a lovely ball in. And that Cardiff man, Theophile Catherine, heads it away. He's on fire tonight.
Is that how we're just going to instruct the guy? That Cardiff man, Theophile Catherine?
Yes. That is exactly our instruction. But there's a chance for Villarreal. It's Pedraza, left-hand side of the penalty area. Hits it. It's deflected over the bar. Lovely defending there. I think it was Lovro Meyer who actually got back there and deflected it out for a corner. But it's actually Marcus Rashford who's going to take this one. He just hit it and it flies over the crossbar. What a surprise. Villarreal, though, the first massive chance of the game for them fell to Pedraza. And he walloped that one over the bar, the left-back.
KL, I don't want to say this, but Xhaka has just been violated.
Well,
so Slavia, in fairness to Xhaka, he was the only Arsenal player that pushed. But Slavia passed on the back, Xhaka pushes him, pushes up to make the tackle, and Slavia just stare at him as they just do 1-2s between each other, and he's just caught doing the tango.
I think you'll find that's called an El Rondo in training. So that's absolutely nothing new.
Saka
Rowan,
on the wing puts a dangerous ball in. Bar, I think, heads it up and Willian doesn't get the follow-up. That's a lovely ball by Saka. Just a bit of a dink on it. They just nearly found the header that Willian, who was lurking at the back post. He's incredible, isn't he?
another chance there was for Villarreal there, and it was a little poke at the near post by Gerard Moreno that went inches wide. Livkovic was stranded, didn't know where he was. Gerard Moreno probably should have added to his goal tally in the Europa League so far. But on the other game, Granada have just nicked the ball back, and they've got a 3-on-3 here. It's wide on the right-hand side. He does whip a ball in, and it's cleared away by Lindelof well. But Man United have been accustomed to that, getting caught on the counter-attack so far in this game. And I mean, it's exactly how Granada play. I think they were one of the lowest possession-rated sides in La Liga this season, as well as conceding the highest amount of goals. But like Kieran said, in the Europa League, they've been quite tightly knit. And I mean, it looks like all 8 defences tonight have been quite tightly knit with the 0 goals we've had in the opening 20 minutes of these games, lads.
Yeah, I'd say so. But while we're here, let's have some more team news. Roma are without El Shaarawy, Kumbulla, Zaniolo, Mkhitaryan, and Vertut. So there's a few players out for things. I know Mkhitaryan's out for a hefty amount of time for sure. I saw Stefan El Shaarawy play, I think, on a couple of weekends ago or this weekend. So maybe he's just picked up a little knock in training or something, or in that game. But yeah, some interesting team news. There you are.
Notable omissions.
Both sides missing massive players there.
Yeah, I'd say so. And I tell you what, they're through now, and I think it's Spinazzola on the right hand side. He's got 2 men in support, rolls it to Dzeko. It's a little bit behind him, shoots on the swivel into the hands of Sherpen. But that was a big chance. It was a 3-on-2 for a moment there for Roma.
The thing I've noticed,
their own half. Inside Granada's half. It's Harry Maguire running forward, still going. So Rashford tries to play the 1-2 with Maguire. It's actually been cleared away, but it's not dealt with by the Granada defence. It comes back to Bruno Fernandes, out to Subishaw on the left. And backwards. Go on, Rowan, what are we saying?
One thing about it, Chris just says, hi lads, hope you're all well. Same with you, Chris. One thing I've noticed is, I'll say it for nearly every Slavia game, just the quality in depth with all these other teams that they've faced. Maybe not Rangers, but like, it's mental that when Slavia are looking, fair play, Jan Kuczk's the sub, is their top goal scorer, but you're looking like they can bring on, Arsenal can bring on Aubameyang, Nick Pepe, Eddie Nketiah, Martinelli, Reece Nelson. They can bring on genuine talent, whereas Slavia can bring Kuczka. Right, I'm also going for a bold prediction. I did it for the Rangers game, and it never came true. Denis Vasinski is going to come off the bench and score. He was the kid who, in the 10-3 in the Czech Cup, he got a hat-trick and an assist in his debut. I'm backing him. Got to make a bold prediction in this game because, I mean, Arsenal have got a dangerous free kick, but nothing of anything has really happened today so far in this opening 25 minutes.
I mean, the way that Aubameyang's playing, you probably wanted him to start. Go on, Kieran.
Speaking of big names out for both teams, I don't know if we cursed it, but Spinazzola's gone down injured. Literally, the moment we were speaking about it. And he doesn't look like he's going to be fit to continue. So there's going to be an early sub. I'm looking at the bench. And to say there's some players that aren't exactly household names. Villar, Carlos Perez, Chievo, Calafiore, Milanese, Fazzalo, alongside Boya Mayoral and Davide Santon, former Newcastle legend. But apart from that, I don't know who they're going to bring on. They look like they've been plagued by injuries, this Roma team, and it may continue as Spinazzola's receiving treatment. And Roma are down to 10 at the moment.
Yeah, Welchie put his predictions in the chat. He said 1-0, Ajax Roma, 1-1, Arsenal Slavia, Rowan, limbs. Zagreb 0,
no limbs.
United 0. What's happened?
I think it was Saka again. Never mind. It was Rob Holding who pushed onto that right hand side and just put a lovely ball into the box. And no one were on it, but it was dangerous. I think Burrell ends up shepherding it out. But on that right hand side, Arsenal have looked dangerous, and it's Holding, good ball in behind to Saka, who takes it to the byline, crosses it in. It's all the way outside the box now to Willian, and it's cleared away by Slavia to Thomas Partey. Oh, God, they're really hitting the pressure. Go on, Provod to Sima, who gets tackled, but Dolly will chase it. It's only Inca. All by himself, puts it in, and it's a great block by Rob Holding. Oh, Oli Inca was free there, but he had to slow it down. He had no men in support. And we're going to have that.
Go on.
I was about to say, we may have just had an awful challenge by Homoda. It doesn't matter. Cedric was just trying out for the Olympic diving team. We're all good.
Oh, Cedric. Me and Josh love Cedric. But Bernardo's put an interesting fact in the chat. He says, Griezmann just had another child, a daughter born today. All 3 of his children have the same birthday. Got himself hat-trick. I mean, talk about third time's a charm.
Have you seen when I think his second kid was born? So he was born, obviously, today. People have gone back from 40 weeks on from when the kid was born. It is the World Cup final.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that. I remember also seeing, like, apparently in England, like, the birth rate went up 9 months after we weighed it through, like, in the World Cup or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But by the way, Spinazzola's up. He's given the bench the thumbs up. He's not right. He's hobbling about. I wouldn't be surprised if they took him off. But he's giving it, like, he's going out on his sword.
Also, what are the chances that... Well, obviously, if you time it right, the chances can increase, but on exactly the same day, that's perfect timing. Don't have to do 3 different birthdays. Do 1 birthday party. You're sorted.
Yeah, it looks like he's got his little trifecta of children born on the same day, and that's, like you said, don't have to pay for separate parties and stuff. But
yeah, speaking of parties, Thomas Partey is literally driving down the middle to Lacazette. Saka's running behind. Lacazette just places it wide, and finally, this game is getting chances. Finally, it's not for Slavia.
Marcus Rashford curls one, and it just goes over the top of the crossbar. The best chance for Man United by far. And would you say the best chance for Arsenal by far, Rowan?
No, I think that cross from Saka earlier, but it was just a lovely build-up play. Partey was just not called into any. No one was near him. Lays off to Lacazette, who was probably unfair. A very selfish decision there. Saka had made a nice little running behind. He said Lacazette went for it himself and put it way wide. But Arsenal are really slowly getting into this game now.
Yeah, and speaking of getting into this game, I think Dinamo Zagreb and Villarreal are 2 very evenly matched sides in this game so far. I mean, neither team is really taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Villarreal probably had the best chances of the game with those couple early chances with Jared Moreno. But other than that, I think it's been very evenly poised. But would you say the same for your match, Kieran?
Yeah, and so, by the way, surprise, Spinazzola's gone off injured, and I tried to come back on. He gave it a good shot, but Spinazzola is off and Calafiori is on. But yeah, a very evenly matched game. It's interesting to see now if that's a change of system. It doesn't look like it. I think it's just going to be a like-for-like swap. But Spinazzola is departing after 25 minutes.
Saka in behind, 1-on-1 with Kolar, completely puts it wide. I thought he was offside. Turns out when the replays were shown, Bar was playing him way on, so it's the beauty of when they let games go on. Because the ref puts his flag up after the play is completed, but he is onside, but Saka completely misses the net. Probably should be 1-0. I think Saka should be putting that away, especially when you're 1-on-1. But
I mean, just size up the opportunity for me. Whereabouts is he on the pitch? And
is it
a chance you would expect a player of his caliber to put in?
Yeah. A player of his talent, 100%. I think it was Holding again, who's played a nice little ball through to him. Ran easily in behind the defenders. Bar's playing onside in the replays, but all the Slav players think he's offside. They sort of allow him to get an extra meter on him. Then 1-on-1 just on this right hand side. Saka puts it on his left, but there's so much open space on that left hand side. He should be putting that in. He should be putting it in. He just puts it wide. I suppose Bar was there covering sort of the close to the post, so that sort of the area of space to get it in is minimal. But I would have expected him to put it in, and he was onside.
How have we sat here for nearly half an hour already and had no goals, and the best chance be a 1-on-1 that's been put wide that may have been offside? How have we managed this?
Well, we may not have had a chance, but an overhead kick pass in the middle of the field, that's quite special from Pedro.
Is this what we're getting to now?
Well, yeah, I'll be honest, there's nothing else. I will explain. Calafiori is a 18-year-old left-back who's come on, and he has made 3 appearances in the Europa League and has scored. Prolific. There you go.
Was it the last time that all three of us did a watch-along? I think was the Bundesliga one where we all got sold for an overhead kick. So maybe we've all got to have a repeat of that today.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Near post as well. Go on.
It's so easy for him. Just get in behind Saka. Like, no one watches him. Just put your eyes on him.
Oh, I don't. Well, the cameras haven't even caught it. It turns to it does the transition, and Marcus Rashford's putting the ball in the back of the net, and Manchester United do have the lead. I can't really tell you what's happened because I didn't see it because the cameras transition to Rashford being 1-on-1, and Manchester United have taken the lead on the night. Well done, Marcus, lad. But yeah, when I see the replay of the game of the goal, I'll tell you about it. But till then, Rowan, you do some waffling while I watch.
No, nothing much happening in mine here. I mean, Slavia again, they look like they come out on a counter-attack, and it's either Pulisic play we saw with the Hormoda trying to get it to Olayinka, or Seema just couldn't get the ball under control and tries to break. But well done, Marcus Rashford.
Oh, that is a beauty. Oh, Victor Lindelof picks it up outside his own area. Cross-field ball to Marcus Rashford. Takes it down beautifully, slots past the keeper. I mean, I've seen Victor Lindelof do that 1 or 2 times. He looks like they've been working on that this season. But finally, we do have a goal in the night, lads. It's Marcus Rashford, Manchester United. I'm a very happy chappy at the moment. But fair play and well done, Victor Lindelof. Now, if we can get goals in your games, then we'll be fine and dandy. But the first goal of the night's gone in. Hopefully, that makes the revolving door go a bit quicker now.
Granit Xhaka's just took a bar to the head. Ballard go ahead. Xhaka jumped highest, and Bar just absolutely nutted him in the back of the head.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what a chance that was. Falls in the box to Soldado, and it just miscontrols it. He really should be doing better with it there, obviously the ex-Spurs penalty merchant. What for that?
I mean, I've watched him in Europe. You should see his headers. He's added that to his game now. He can head as well.
It was just that run of spell. Go on. What you saying, Rowan?
I was saying, Carlos, a good goal by United. That more, please.
Yeah, really good goal. But I remember Roberto Soldado just couldn't score from open play. I think it was the 2010-11 season. He just could not get a goal from open play to save his life.
Yeah, the season where they made all the signings. Paulinho had one good cup game and never turned up again.
Yeah. Was that the season Luka Modric?
Well, Real Madrid might have. No. I don't know. I think Real Madrid already had Modric. I thought it was a Bale money.
They bought Modric, didn't they? Tottenham at some point. And
Not with that money, no.
I can't remember when they bought him.
Oh, he was a while ago in because during that summer, that was the summer of Nasser Chadli, Vlad Kirikesh, Roberto Soldado. A summer of who?
Van der Vaart.
No, they signed a load of crap people, basically, and the one person left is Eric Lamela.
Of course it is. Of course it's Eric Lamela.
We've just had a yellow card here for a handball because it's actually quite a smart handball. I don't know who heads it in the midfield. And Zima, instead of trying to control it with the chest or a leg, he looks back and sees that Lacazette's in behind him. Probably knows that if he doesn't get a touch, Lacazette can run through. So he just absolutely whacks it with his hand. Gets the yellow card. But it might have just saved him a little bit there.
Well, lads, my dad's just texted me. That'll do, Rashi. So that goal's got the seal of approval from James Dillon, my father. So obviously he thinks that was a good goal as well. So if it's got the James Dillon seal of approval, we've got the James Dillon seal of approval. But Man United coming forward again. They're finally starting to hit their stride a little bit in this game, and that's a brilliant pass to Mason Greenwood. Bit of a soggy touch, but he's still got the ball. Out wide to Bruno Fernandes. He's got Wan-Bissaka overlapping. He chooses to go inside to Paul Pogba. And Fernandes kind of slowed the game down a little bit. Man United not at their free-flowing best, but do have the lead. I'm going to check the Zagreb game now. Still 0-0. What a surprise. Rowan?
Olayinka outside the box. He was falling. He took a dig. He was dribbling on the floor. He wasn't testing Leno, but it was Olayinka. Takes it underneath Holding's leg. But Leno, simple save for him. But it was Olayinka. You've got to send an Olayinka shot.
Were you excited? Bruno Fernandes on the turn. Hits one, deflected wide. Marcus Rashford's down, however. He's holding his ankles. Now, I hope he's not injured and I hope he's all right, but he did take a whack on the ankles there. But Man United are going to have a corner. But yeah, like I said, were you excited for Olayinka? Oh, Kieran's gone.
That's a stupid question. Was I excited for Olayinka? Told you, new hair, new him. Look, he was just outside the box lurking. He'll be back soon, I'm guessing. A tablet may be gone. I mean, Benazza, yep, Lamella is still alive. Let's say, this is obviously for you, Kieran. Dynamo really screwed with missing both strikers. Is that what it's looked like?
I mean, of course, I'm struggling to watch both games at the moment because, of course, I support Man United, so I'm kind of trying to focus on that game and watch the one on the side. So at the moment, from what little I've seen, I've been flicking and watching 5 minutes here and there. And Alex did say Modric was at Spurs since like 2008. Thank you very much for that. Yeah,
he was getting about the. Go on.
Yeah, I feel like the Dynamo players, they've missed a couple of chances. Of course, I don't watch them every week, so I don't know who starts and who doesn't start for them, unfortunately. So I can't really put any thought into that. But yeah, it's not been a bad game, Dinamo Zagreb and Villarreal. Of course, both teams very evenly poised at the moment. But what happened there, Rowan?
It was an Arsenal counter-attack. It was from a possible foul in the midfield on Stanchu. Stanchu goes down, and then on the counter-attack, there's a lovely counter-attack. Arsenal commit men forward, and then what's it called? Slavia do get a couple back, and then Saka cuts on the inside. He takes the ball out, and then as he's going, he's already slipping, but Provod sort of has stuck a foot in, and Saka's accidentally clipped him. And it's a very dangerous free kick, just probably 2 meters outside the box. It's a dangerous position here for a free kick.
Hello, Kieran.
Attack of the Glide Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I know exactly how you mean, mate. But did we miss out in your game while you were gone?
No. Did you, Ek? There's been a lovely moment where Dzeko cradled Tadic's face after a foul. It's quite beautiful, actually.
Please don't. I'm looking at this free kick, and you've got Lacazette standing over it. I think you've got William. Who's the man who's just took 2 steps back, to ready to absolutely thwack it? Yes, Xhaka. It's Xhaka. We've got a 5-man wall here, Slavia. Hormoda's laying on the floor. It's Lacazette or Xhaka. By the way, I forgot to say, Xhaka, when they were panning the camera at the start, looked like he was going to kill a man. He was really ready to go to war. Lacazette takes it, hits the wall. Xhaka controls it down, gets it through to Saka. Cross comes across, it's still in the box. It's going all the way through the box.
Oh, it's a mistake. It's through. It's Klaassen. It's an open net. It's 1-0.
Oh!
It's 1-0.
Kieran,
Go to Rowan if you want. It's all right.
No, man was just Rob Holding leaping like a effing salmon, and Kolar was trying to tip it over the crossbar. But you actually had a goal, Kieran.
Go for it,
yeah,
Kieran.
I know. And it was David Klaassen went for a lovely scissor kick pass in the midfield, and it's a pass back by Diawara. Klaassen's running onto it. Ibanez should come and close it down, but he's in 2 minds, and it just allows Klaassen to run onto it. He passes it to his right, to Tadic, and they think Tadic is going to shoot. He sells them all and passes it into Klaassen, who just prods into an empty net. 1-0 Ajax. Ibanez, very poor. He doesn't know whether to come or go, and he does neither.
Yeah, the Europa League talisman, you could say, in David Klaassen.
I said he's been the man that has impressed me the most in this Ajax team. From the first time I watched them to all the way to the quarterfinals, he has been, in my opinion, their best player. But now we have 2 goals on the night.
Yeah, hopefully the deadlock gets broken a few more games. Hopefully it gets broken in your game, Rowan.
Hopefully not, because if the way the game's going, it's Arsenal. Slavia did
It's not 2. It's saved on the line. Anthony was put through, and Ibanez, I think it is, goes to prod a foot to clear it, just prods it into the path of Anthony. He's having a mare the last couple of minutes, is the poor lad. And then Anthony goes to square it past the keeper. It's one of them where the keeper just gets a foot on it, and it takes the pace off the ball, and it doesn't quite make it over the line. But Ajax there could have made it 2, and I think Roma are just begging for the half-time whistle at this point because they're at 6s and 7s at the moment.
Well, yeah, Scott McTominay's got a yellow card, which means he's going to be suspended for the next match, the return fixture at Old Trafford, which is a little bit of a miss. course, I am sporting the Man United show McTominay on the back today, as you guys probably know. But Rowan, you said that Arsenal looking like the sides to take the lead. Half-time approaching, do you think Slavia Prague just need to get to half-time, regroup a little bit?
No, and I know very contradictory to what I said, but it's how they played against Leicester. They sat up and ate the pressure, and then either going into the second half or even later on, Slavia will just launch an attack out of nowhere, and they'll end up putting it in the back of the net. So for Slavia, it's just bide your time. Arsenal will make a mistake. There's already been as I think that's, I don't know who, Provod's just gone down. I think it's Provod. Hormoda's just gone down. An elbow to the face, I think, from Thomas Partey on Hormoda. It wasn't on purpose, I don't think. I was going to have a look here. Headed back into the fray by, I don't know who that was. And Partey just running across, clatters into Hormoda. Free kick for Slavia. Hormoda selling it a bit there, but I don't blame him.
Oh, well, what a massive chance for Granada to equalise. Firstly, the ball's floated over the top on the free kick, and I think it's Puertas runs unmanned to the back stick. No, it's Angel Herrera. Hits it on the volley at the back stick, and it cannons off the outside of the post. David De Gea had no chance of it. Actually, giving us a corner. I don't know why, because David De Gea has not touched it. Giving us a corner, and then from the resulting corner, it's flicks for everybody, and Roberto Soldado at the back post volleys it. And he just wellies it wide. It was a really good chance for Granada, who are now starting to get back into this game a little bit. Kieren Ajax took the lead, of course. Are they looking like the team on top at the moment?
They did. After the goal, it seemed like the momentum was with the Dutch side. But to be fair to Roma, they've calmed the storm. And with 3 minutes to go in this first half, they do have a corner. Calafiori just tried to put a cross in, and it was blocked at the near post. The cross has been whipped in, and it's missed absolutely everybody. But yeah, Roma, to be honest, calmed the storm a little bit. They'll just want to keep it, make sure they don't concede before half-time, because arguably people argue that's the worst time to concede.
Well, Luke Shaw's just received a yellow card, which means he's going to miss the next round, the next leg as well. But in this Dinamo Zagreb Villarreal game, I've just flicked it back on. Now, every player is stationary, and I think the ref is checking something. Now, they're panning the camera over to that Cardiff man, Theophile Catherine. Potentially he's given a penalty where, it is a penalty to Villarreal. I think Gerard Moreno has stood over the ball. So I'm not sure like I said, I'm not seeing what's happened. But Gerard Moreno with a chance to continue his great goal-scoring form, as Granada are going to whip a free kick in towards Soldado, which goes all the way out of play for they've given a corner. But Gerard Moreno does step up, and he rolls a beautiful penalty into the back of the net. And Villarreal on the night take the lead and get the away goal in the tie. I mean, I'm going to see what's led up to the penalty, because it was definitely VAR that's given the penalty, but I've not actually seen the incident at hand. So Granada whip that ball in from the corner as well. I'm commentating two games at once. Kennedy hits it on the volley from outside the box, and I mean, if that had gone in, that would have been a beauty into the hands of David De Gea. But Villarreal on the night do have the lead, lads, and that's our third goal. Rowan, you're slacking behind massively. Get a goal, pal.
We nearly had an opportunity. Saka again in behind the Slavia defence. This time Jan Borrell has to come across and does well to block the cross. But Saka, genuinely, Lacazette done nothing. No one else apart from Saka. He's been a one-man team right now. I also did just check Twitter, and I saw that before, I was confused why Slavia didn't take the knee. It's okay, because I saw that they were honouring the respect programme. They did a collective hug of the players that the cameras didn't catch. So they might not take the knee, but they're hugging instead. So
I don't know which is better during COVID, to be honest.
Same. Well, the thing is, they didn't even hug the Arsenal players. They hugged each other. Now, I sort of looked like they're in training the mates. Yeah. It was each other they hugged.
Oh, right.
Basically, it was like they were doing a team huddle at the start of the game and predicting, make a run! Another good ball in behind, this time by Provod. And Dawley doesn't chase that time. But that's probably the fourth time in this game that where Slavia haven't done anything, but a ball from either Provod or Hormoda has found its way past Holding or Gabriel, but none of the attackers have gambled on it as the halftime whistle goes.
Well, it sounds like it's been a very, very... I'm not going to say boring, because it does sound like it's had its moments, but well, would you say boring, Rowan?
Boring in terms of there's no goals, and Arsenal, if you're an Arsenal fan, you'll be not happy that it's 0-0, but you've actually been strong today.
I don't know what's happening in there. But
Yeah,
Josh,
I was going to say,
I feel
who's
like
going to
just hit a I think there's just been 2 back-to-back 9-darters. Josh is giving it the limbs. I mean, for the first time on the channel, multi-streams are a thing. So if you want to just dip over and check what's happened over there, we will not blame you. But Man United, Granada's got 2 minutes of added time in this game. Zagreb's got 2 minutes of added time. Kieran, in your game?
About 45 seconds. I couldn't get over it, lads. I'll be honest. I was trying to sit here and I was trying to concentrate, and I'm just hearing some absolute pandemonium to the left-hand side.
Well, Alexa has also said the whole point of equality is that everybody has the right to make their decision. Forcing players to take the knee is just going to force a counter effect.
Oh, 100%. It was more just the collective hug made me chuckle, because I don't think we've ever seen, we've seen players who, they'll all stand together on the line with each other. I just didn't expect a hug, I'll be honest. A hug was something very different to what I was ready for.
I also didn't expect it to only involve one team.
I'm finding more about this now. They didn't show it on BT, because I think must have been before, but I sort of appreciate that they just went, well, hug each other. Slavia Prague. I mean, they haven't even done any updates during the game, Slavia.
Yep, that's half-time. That's half-time in this game.
Good half, or would you say?
No, it's a decent half. It was slow in places. A lot of this game played in the middle of the park. Not a plethora of chances, to be honest. And the reason Roma are behind are from mistakes. It was Diawara's weak pass that was kind of put. I'll be honest, I apologise to Ibanez. It was Mancini. But I saw the number 3. One wears 3 and one wears 23, which is awful on the eyes when you're trying to tell them apart. But it was Mancini, after a Diawara weak pass, was caught in 2 minds. And that's what's been Roma's downfall. And Ajax take the lead, deservedly, I would say, overall.
Yeah, we've got about 5 seconds left in both games. Dinamo Zagreb and Villarreal has literally just gone half-time. Man United have got a chance with 2 seconds over the half-time amount of time. Mason Greenwood in the box, takes it past 1, tries to do a little bit more than probably he needed to, and the referee blows up for half-time. So that is half-time, lads. Granada 0, Man United 1. I'm going to say it's been probably a very poor tie. I'm not going to lie. It's not been the best to watch. I mean, Granada have had their moments coming forward. Man United have dominated possession, not really done much with it. But the goal in the night from Marcus Rashford after a great pass from Lindelof gives United the away goal and something at least to take back to Old Trafford for next week. And in the other game, Dinamo Zagreb behind against Villarreal to a penalty, of course. Villarreal love their set pieces. And they're such a well-oiled unit that they'll probably sit on that 1-0 lead and end up winning this game 2-0 or 3-0 because they're just such a professional side with a lot of experience in their squad. Of course, Rowan, you already talked about Arsenal 0, Slavia 0, and Ajax 1. Roma 0, you talked about Kieran. But do you know what, boys? I think it's that time that we play the Watchalong advert and we all go do whatever. Because I'm going to go downstairs and get a sarnie while this plays. So 3, 2, 1. Get ready to hear Josh's voice.
Come on.
Second.
Come on.
Coming up on the Sports Corner over the next few days, we've got lots of content to come, including sporting action with the darts and the football. For the first time, you can join us for multi-stream watch-alongs. This is basically where you're able to watch 2 streams at the same time on our channel, which will be covering the Premier League of darts as well as the Champions and the Europa League football to come over the next few days. First of all, we've got the Premier League of darts, which you're with me, of course, right now for that. Then we have the Champions League, Bayern Munich taking on Paris Saint-Germain, as well as Porto Chelsea. That is available from 7:50, so it might even be live while you're watching now. We've got the Premier League of darts, night number 4. That's live from 7:05 with myself on Thursday night. Some big games coming up there from Milton Keynes. And then don't forget, the Europa League quarterfinals first leg goal show is on Thursday from 10 to 8 with the rest of the Sports Corner team. We have Friday A-League morning watch-alongs. That's Macarthur Bulls coming up against Brisbane Roar. That is with Rowan from 10 a.m. And then, of course, the last night of Premier League action, night number 5, from 7:05 with myself before the end of the week on the Sports Corner.
How good is he? How good is Josh? He's good, isn't he?
I was just expecting to come back and it was just dead silence. You did well to get a sandwich that quick.
I don't have butter, do I?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Psycho.
So, Rowan, tomorrow morning, A-League, are you excited?
Can I be honest with you? No, because I don't know why. MacArthur are fun to watch, but I'm going to go back, but I don't think I've either never done a Brisbane one, so it's just going to be a name fest of me not knowing him, or I think the last time I did Brisbane one, it was boring. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, no, it'll be great. It'll be great. And the reason I'm not excited is because it's going to be very tiring. Because obviously we've got NXT Stand and Deliver Night 2. That video will go up tomorrow. The review, and then the game at 10:05 should be a good one. MacArthur have got a chance to get back up into second above Melbourne City. But yeah, should be a good game. I'm just glad that it's starting later than usual. I can think there's also a really good game in the morning. Adelaide versus Western Sydney Wanderers. I can't wait for that one. That's a stellar game.
Yeah, and of course you two watched the first night of NXT Stand and Deliver. I didn't watch it because I don't know why. I went to bed early and I didn't actually end up going to sleep. But I might watch tonight. So I might not. I'll probably catch up with it. But WrestleMania on the weekend. Are we looking forward to that?
I mean, I'm looking forward to Stand and Deliver Night 2. I'll be honest. I mean,
well, Kieran, did you say you didn't watch Stand and Deliver Night 1?
No, I didn't. But there's a video on the Sportscom YouTube channel, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Where I did a quick review of NXT Stand and Deliver. Oh, if you know the problems I had, I tried to export it 4 times. It wouldn't let me export. We eventually got it out there. That's on the channel available to watch. Just a nice little recap for you. And yeah, and that'll be going up for every day for WrestleMania. We'll even do one for SmackDown. Might as well.
Rowan, interestingly enough, you were talking about the piece of content you did for the channel. Just coincidentally, Kyle's put the link to the website in the chat. Also, the UCL quarterfinal Story of Night 2 went up today on the channel, on the website. Sorry, and the Europa League Story of Leg 1 will be up tomorrow as well. Not going to let me boys down, am I? So yeah, there's 2 new pieces of work on the website. One by Rowan on the channel. Josh is doing darts, multi-streams. We love them. But yeah, it's weird as half time because I don't really know what to talk about. Rowan, you're normally good at thinking of something to talk about. Go on, give us a topic and we'll discuss it.
I mean, I don't know. Well, what do you want it? Do you want it sports related? Do you want it sports related? Do you want it non-sports related?
I'll let you decide.
I mean, the NFL draft is coming at the end of the month. I think Will might be doing some specific content for that, so don't forget to tune in to that. We'll have some more darting content channel. F1, that'll be back very soon. I think, if I'm right, it's next week. I'm trying to think. There was a 3-week break, so it was either next week or it's the week after. We are in, we're in Imola, the 16th of April, which is next weekend. So yeah, we're in Imola for that. So that'll be very fun. Look forward to it. Back in Italy. And finally, we don't. Is it another? I was trying to think. I was hoping we'd have another double header. We don't have another double header. We have to fucking wait another week. It's the worst thing about the F1 like series is at the start of the season we've had a 2-week break, and then it's a week break, and then luckily I think we've got consecutive races after that. I can't wait for Monaco's the one because we didn't get it last year. Everyone loves the Monaco race. In with Baku, it's one of my dream places to go.
Everyone loves Baku.
Not everyone loves Baku. In Azerbaijan, no, they don't. But I'd love to go to the racetrack in Azerbaijan. Looks incredible. Yeah, there's also I want to go to Zandvoort as well because there's a centre parks.
Did you of course, you brought the F1 back to the channel. Was it good to get it back? Do you feel like it's in a good place at the moment? Of course, with all the COVID stuff.
I mean, you look at the winners, and it was Hamilton, then it was Verstappen, then it was Bottas, but it was a close race. I think they finished, with the 3 seconds or 2 seconds between them, but we had it like a really good last 5. The thing is with F1, as long as the racing is good, it doesn't really matter. I mean, so if we go from something that I enjoy, something that Kale enjoys, Kale, predictions. What do you think the Minnesota Vikings are going to do next year? What record? This is pre-draft record. With what you've got right now on your plate, where you feeling?
Well, obviously we need to get used to a 17-game season, so that is always weird. Like no team can go even unless you draw a game. So if I'm being conservative, because with our starting offensive line at the moment, Rashard Hill would start at left tackle, and the only person to rival him for bad offensive lineman is Dakota Dozier, and he's the next to him.
We love him we love Dakota Dozier on the channel.
No, we don't. And he's next to him. So basically, if they line up, if they line up any good player at right defensive end, we're screwed. So I'll go conservative, and I will go 9 and 8.
9-9.
You know,
no, it can't be. Can't be.
I like that you haven't gone too. You haven't gone with we're going unbeaten, or we're going to have a stinker. You've gone middle of the road.
Yeah, you've got to be realistic at some point, you know. And I'm looking forward to the draft-related content that's coming up, because in the NFL there's a big pause between the season and then this free agency, which is quite exciting. We've covered that on the channel before, but then it gets to draft season, which for me is as exciting as the regular season, because this could really change your franchise, especially for you, Rowan.
Yeah.
Getting someone capable at quarterback.
I'm not having this. Minshew is capable. Minshew was getting an even record. I genuinely feel like, maybe not an even record, but like a 6 and 10. A 6 and 10. If we wanted to rebuild around, I would have took. If we couldn't get a viable quarterback, Minshew would have got a 6 and 10. He got injured. There is no bias here. There is no bias here. He would have. No, there isn't. There isn't.
There is all the bias in the world. And but seriously, like that will change the whole mood. And I think it's so good that, and obviously, KD, it's all downhill for you, really, because unless you retain it, like you can't get better than what you achieved last season.
It's weird, that, isn't it? My first real season as an NFL fan ends with my team actually winning the Super Bowl. And it's weird because, like you said, literally, as you said, it is all downhill from here.
I feel like it was like if you came to football right now and you said, "Oh, I'm going to support Bayern Munich."
Yeah.
Well, you can't get much better. So, I think, as much as I hate like my team losing, I think it'd get boring winning every week. I say that I'd love to, but I just think it'd get boring winning every week. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
No, just winning. Winning more than once couldn't be you.
If we win week 1 next year, I'm not getting my hopes up because we had it last year. Get to week 2 and then we're going.
I can't believe you had your hopes up after win. That was just a blip. I don't know.
It was, weren't it? It was. Like,
I don't know. There's some shit in the metrics.
I was like, "Are we doing it, guys? We want to know." No, you're gonna go 1 and 15. You're gonna fail.
I predicted it. To be fair,
you did predict it.
1 and 15.
They will go 2 and 14.
He did. He was generous and gave you 2 wins. No, not me.
You were generous and gave us 1. I'll be honest. I don't think we could have been the 0-16 side.
No, but to be fair, there's lots of good content coming up on the channel, as you say, and we're finally going back to like everything's kind of coming back for a bit. Like F1's been away for a long time. Hello.
Do you want me to play the Watchalong advert again?
Yeah, let's see what's coming up.
Coming up on the Sports Corner over the next few days, we've got lots of content to come, including sporting action with the darts and the football. For the first time, you can join us for multi-stream watch-alongs. This is basically where you're able to watch 2 streams at the same time on our channel, which will be covering the Premier League of darts as well as the Champions and the Europa League football to come over the next few days. First of all, we've got the Premier League of darts, which you're with me, of course, right now for that. Then we have the Champions League, Bayern Munich taking on Paris Saint-Germain, as well as Porto Chelsea. That is available from 7:50, so it might even be live while you're watching now. We've got the Premier League of darts night number 4. That's live from 7:05 with myself on Thursday night. Some big games coming up there from Milton Keynes. And then don't forget, the Europa League quarterfinal first leg goal show is on Thursday from 10 to 8 with the rest of the Sports Corner team. We have Friday A-League morning watch-alongs. That's MacArthur Bulls coming up against Brisbane Roar. That is with Rowan from 10 a.m. And then, of course, the last night of Premier League action, night number 5, from 7:05 with myself before the end of the week on the Sports Corner.
Oh, there we go. There we have it again. Mark's half-time being over, and most of our games should be starting up in the next couple of minutes. Rowan, I saw your hands on your head there. What's happening?
I was very... Anytime I see a half-time change now, I get worried. Ever since the last game or even Rangers, when Oli Inca got pulled off at half-time, Hormoda has come off and Sevcic has come on. So we're okay there. we're okay. He's still on the pitch.
Is he going to score?
Yeah.
Bold prediction, is he going to score?
Olayinka, no. he might get an assist. He got an assist last week. Last top
header
round
against Rangers.
Oh, he did. He scored. Oh no!
How have you forgot that he scored?
I don't know because all I've got in my head is the assist he gave for Nico Stanchu, where he just laid off and Stanchu just did wonders. He's not, is he? If we're being realistic, if anyone's scoring on the team, it's Stanchu or Seema or Kutcher if he comes off the bench. But yeah, I mean, speaking of Olayinka, that is two behemoths going at each other, Olayinka and Xhaka.
I don't think anybody has ever described Olayinka as a behemoth, but I'm going to say for Slavia Prague, a good first leg, first half of the first leg. Because I mean, if they can get out of here by not getting smashed, they've always got a chance in the second leg. Oh
yeah, we need an away goal. I mean, we've got an opportunity. Leno's just kicked it straight for a throw in deep into their own half. But again, it was very similar to the Dortmund thing. I just said I would have took a loss if they get an away goal. It's sort of that same here. Getting away goal when you're away. And that's a good throwing into the box. Olayinka flicks it on, and that Jan Borrell was just a little bit too late to the party. But so close there. Olayinka does really well to hold the ball, and that's not even biased. Oh, can he pick? Saka's running behind. Saka, shirt's been pulled. And there's a foul, but it's just outside the box.
Oh, naughty.
It's going to be VAR. I think it's the substitute, Sevcic. Saka has done him for pace. He really has. So Sevcic grabs the shoulder, tugs him. Saka keeps on running, and then he goes down in the box. The foul is committed outside the box. Is Zima? Wait, what? I swear Zima got a card in the first half as well, but it was Zima who fouled Saka. Saka was way away, but the foul was outside the box. So they're going to have another look at this.
Coming back out for the second half. I don't see any changes as of yet. Oh. Actually, no, I'm lying. There has been a change. I think Luke Shaw's come off and Alex Telles is going to be coming on, which I agree with because I don't want Luke Shaw getting sent off.
I think the referee's made a mistake here. He gave a yellow card in the first half, and I've looked and there's only one yellow card in the picture, and that is Zima. I swear Zima were already on a yellow. I mean, it's another great free opportunity for Arsenal, but I swear he was already on a yellow. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it made me think it's for the handball earlier, but who knows? I'll let him off, but it's a dangerous free kick just outside of the box, just to the right-hand side. I don't know who it is. Is that Cedric? I think it's Cedric and Willian standing over it.
Cedric's hitting this.
Yeah, I was
I'm sorry, it's not Cedric.
It's Xhaka.
Yeah.
It's Xhaka and Willian standing over it. Xhaka genuinely might take this. No, it won't. It's Willian. Digs it over the wall. It just hits the outside of the post.
I'm not being funny, but Alex Telles is a good-looking bloke, isn't he? Like, I'm just looking at him now, and I'm just thinking, like, he's a good-looking bloke. Like, you know, game respects game. Do you know what I mean? But my games are back underway. We'll quickly edge away from that comment. Kieran?
Kieran has compared himself to Alex Telles.
No.
He's not even the best-looking Manchester United left-back.
No, Brandon.
That's fair. My game is underway. It's been underway for 2.5 minutes.
Same.
And obviously, as game recognises game, David Klaassen, what a handsome man in the middle of the
I would.
Go
on.
We are 2 minutes in.
Borrell stolen it. Balling behind to Olayinka. And good defending from Gabriel there, who puts it out for a corner. But that was a nice little break. It was Nico Stanchu who finds Borrell. Stanchu then plays it maybe a little bit too much on it by Stanchu, but Gabriel, I think, does the smartest thing. Yeah, he definitely does the smartest thing and puts out a play because Leno, it was sort of one of them dangerous areas as Leno is coming out, but Gabriel didn't want to make any mistakes and Olayinka wins the corner because that's what he does.
Yeah, there's been a substitute for Villarreal at half-time. Backer's come off and Alcacer's come on. I'm not really sure why because I thought Carlos Backer actually played quite well in the first half. Maybe nursing an injury maybe nursing some sort of injury. But Villarreal coming forward again now with Chukwueze on the right. Poor pass from Gerard. What the bloody hell's just happened there?
It was a set piece. I got done for a set piece. I mean, 2 seconds. Ball still with Slavia. Cross comes in. Outside the box. Stanchu. Ball played back in by Dorley. Head away by Gabriel. Oh, my God. It was a set-piece play. The corner came in. They had me baited. So many players in and around the box. And it's just pinged to Stanchu outside the box on the volley. And I saw his name in lights. I saw it was drifting. He was setting up for it. He hits it straight at Rob Holding. But it was floating. I saw Stanchu just... his leg was swinging. It just went straight into Rob Holding's fucking feet. But it had me there.
Whoa.
It had me.
That's a terrible back pass. Anthony to Neres. Neres chests it. Tadic on the half volley takes it down. It was a terrible pass from Paul Lopez, and it's going to be called up by the ref. He's got no real pressure. He could hoof it long if he wanted to. He tries to play it out from the back, and no word of lie, just passed it square to Anthony. It's a terrible pass from Paul Lopez. He's lucky that nothing came from it, to be honest with you.
Sorry, I was watching this chance for Dinamo Zagreb. Just had probably their best chance of the half. A very tame effort from Antti Amwen, the man filling up front for those two strikers that Alexa was on about earlier. He had a shot outside the box. He really should have done better with it. Kind of just snapped at him, went straight into the hands of Rulli. But Villarreal do have a free kick high up the pitch now, which they're going to take lovely free kick technique out to the left wing, whipped in, and there's nobody at the back post to head it in. But it's a really, really good technique from Villarreal. And still not cleared though. Ball's come back to Parejo. Rowan?
Gabriel Magalhaes is down. And he's in severe pain. But the way he got injured was Seema was tracking the ball, and he's just gone face first into Gabriel. But I think Gabriel's landed awkwardly. The injury, I'm not laughing at the injury. It was just Seema is just like, do you know when you see someone just run straight first into a wall? That is Seema and Gabriel. So Pablo Mari is warming up. Also, the injury isn't nice, but the way it happened was a bit comical.
It's just the way you went. Do you know when you see someone run head first into a wall? Not often. I'll be honest with you. Not often.
It's a regular occurrence for me, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you know, like I said, team news earlier, and that website reported Vertu was out? Yeah. He's starting. He's not out at all. He's in the middle of the pitch. Terrible.
Maybe they've been out.
Yeah, well, ironically, he's gone down injured. That's what made me think about it.
Is that another one?
No, he's all right. He's up running. It was more of a contact injury, that one, rather than a muscle one.
It's a half chance for Villarreal, who've won the ball back again. Etienne Capoue had the chance on the edge of the area.
Oh, it's a pen.
Oh, what?
That's a pen. It's more terrible passing out from the back from Roma. I don't know why they're insisting on it. And I blame Dibonez for the first goal. It wasn't his fault. This one is. He's tripped over Dusan Tadic in the box after a hospital pass into the midfield, which Ajax picked up. And it's going to be a spot kick for Ajax. Makers of their own downfall tonight at Roma with this passing out from the back.
I mean, here we've just Arsenal looking to launch an attack with Saka, and Thomas Partey does really well. And then just plays it straight to Dorley. Oh, that's poor. Who was that? Barrett makes you striker there. Ball over the top. And it was by Provod. And Barr just poor control with his head there up against Gabriel, who is back on the pitch and he's running fine.
Tadic steps up. Tadic steps up against Paul Lopez down the middle and it's saved. It's an awful penalty. It's a crap penalty. It's right at the keeper. And Paul Lopez doesn't have to do anything. And maybe a little shift to the side. But Dusan Tadic, who put one away against Young Boys, has absolutely smashed it at Paul Lopez. And he makes up for some of the terrible passing he's been doing tonight. An awful penalty from an experienced man, Dusan Tadic. Roma with a lifeline.
Yeah, he's normally so comfortable from the spot, so reliable, ice cold. But there, I mean, the keeper's matched him. Was it that bad of a penalty?
Right down the middle. Honestly, do you know what they say down the keeper's throat? If Lopez took his hand away, it'd be right in the esophagus, I tell you. Absolutely unbelievable from Dusan Tadic. I don't know if that was where he was aiming it and he got outfoxed by the keeper's movements, but that is really poor from Dusan Tadic, who I saw pull away a great penalty in the last round.
What's a nasty challenge left? Nasty challenge on Daniel James there by Duarte, who's got the yellow card, who also will miss the next match. A lot of players in this match that have been booked suspended for the next leg. Rowan?
Oh, it happened again. Do you know when the camera just doesn't have the keeper in frame, but he's literally one like a little clip out? It was there again. It was won back by Oli Inca. It was a poor back. Well, I thought it was a poor back pass, and I thought Oli Inca were in, but Leno had just played such a high line. By the way, Arsenal should be winning this. Saka, for probably the millionth time this game, on the wing puts. There was only him and Emil Smith-Rowe versus I think it was Zima and Holesh, and it's a poor ball, too high, too far. But Arsenal, the balls into the box on this right side and sometimes on the left have been amazing 99% of the time. They've just not had any end product, no player gambling it, no Lacazette there. And it's such a shame because, like, for Arsenal fans, they could be winning this game 3-0, 2-0 quite comfortably if they just commit men to the box. It's a shame to see.
It's whipped in by Tellez and it's headed away quite easily. Tellez does get it back, though, back to Rashford outside the area. Here's Mason Greenwood. Tries the early ball into the back stick. It's come all the way to Harry Maguire, who's playing as a right winger right now. But sticks it off to McTominay, back to Harry Maguire, right wing. Oh, the skills have come out from Maguire and he wins a free kick. Go on, Harry, lad.
It's a dangerous free kick in this one. Roma, makers of their own downfall with passing it out from the back. Ajax have done the exact same thing, not learning from their opposition. Alvarez...
Malinka's open! He's not used him! It's on the left! Jan Borrell! He's saved by Leno! It was a 3-on-1. It was in the midfield by... I don't even know who it was. And you had Oli Inca, who was so open on the right. And it was actually, in fairness, at the end of the day, it's a great decision by whoever in the midfield. Play it off to Jan Borrell on the left, and great recovery defending by Hector Bellerin. Comes back and slides across, comes off his knee, probably makes the save a lot more awkward for Leno. But Oli Inca was open, tons of right, but great decision making from, I would presume Stanchu would be on the break there.
Kieran, anything come from that?
Well, I'm still waiting for the free kick to be taken. I was just describing the leading up to the free kick. It's okay, it's fine. We'll talk about the free kick as it's being taken. Klaasen's on the floor, behind the wall, and Lorenzo Pellegrini, who, to be honest, I think has been arguably one of the more impressive Roma players tonight. Pedro's over it as well, a name obviously synonymous with the Premier League and the Liga, an experienced player. I'll see who takes it, but it's right on the edge of the area. I'd say right on the border of the 18-yard box. Pellegrini lines it up. It's terrible! Sherpen, the day. Oh, he's deputising. And I tell you what, he's got flappy wrists, chapati wrists from Sherpen. It's absolutely unbelievable. Pellegrini, the wall is on the left-hand side. He doesn't try to go over or under the wall. He goes to the right-hand side, to the keeper's side, and Sherpen just has to catch it. And he's flapping at it completely. And it goes in. It's not a great goal. He's actually behind it. He's behind the shot and he tries to cradle it and it's into the net. I talked to you guys, Onana, Stecklenburg, all out. How will Sherpen react? And unfortunately, he has cost his team massively there. And from Ajax being on the brink of taking a 2-0 lead, these teams are level. Lorenzo Pellegrini, a shocker from Sherpen.
Yeah, honestly, mistake FC in that game right now. I mean, two mistakes leading to the goals, potential, obviously, mistake for the penalty as well. And I mean, do you think more goals in that game, Kieran? Do you think it's finished?
No, I don't think so. I think if these two teams kind of keep playing the way they are, I can't help but think there'll be another goal. But as you say, it's just simple errors that have led to these chances. And unfortunately for Sherpen, it's one of them where he made that heroic save from Cristante in the first half. That's all going to be forgotten tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's obviously a nice thing to see Lorenzo Pellegrini score as well. Of course, that is injury worries this season, and nice to see him get on the score sheet at the expense of Kjell Sherpen, of course, the youngster. But I mean, they took a risk putting him in net, of course. Kind of threw him in at the deep end, of course, but there's nothing that he can do about it. Just got to pick your head up and see.
They just cut to Stecklenburg, pure daggers from Stecklenburg. Dzeko's in. Dzeko, great tackle from Edson Alvarez. He was at fault for giving away the free kick. Heroic tackle there, though. And with 60 minutes, it's brewing, which is nice.
The Roma look like they can go on and potentially win this game.
I think this has been the story of this game, is momentum from either team. The moment Ajax took the lead in the first half, they had the momentum for the next 5 or so minutes. And Roma at this point seem like they're carrying momentum. And each team looks nervy at points, which is making for an exciting last 30 minutes. But I wouldn't put either team on top at the moment. This is why I think a draw would be a fair result tonight, but still 30 minutes.
And Rowan, anyone picking up momentum in your game?
Slavia, and yeah, I said like the past 5-10 minutes, Slavia have really come knocking on Arsenal. Arsenal have countered, don't get me wrong, but the like Guns and Roses, they're knocking on the door. But yeah, just there's nothing there. What knocking on heaven's door? Great song. This is lovely England play. Oli Inca to Borrell.
Look at Maguire. Oh, he's put it wide. Sorry, Rowan.
Oh, Lacazette's stolen it off Dorley's Lacazette. He's got to be 1-on-1. He's got to be 1-on-1. Oh my God, he's missed it. Oh my God. How has Lacazette missed that? He has got 1-on-1 with Andrzej Kolar. He's stolen from Oscar Dorley, and he's hit the post and the crossbar, and that was going to be a free kick for Slap. So there was no drive from Lacazette. He does really well to steal it, and then he's slow. Then he starts the pace, and he's hit the crossbar. There's so much room for him, and he's completely missed it there, and Arsenal should be 1-0 up. Lacazette has absolutely failed there. Oh, well, Stanju tries to play through Oli Inca, just goes out of play.
Well, from Alex Lacazette missing a 1-0 to Harry Maguire body fainting a man and getting past him. Kieran, I can see the eyes. What's happening?
No, it was a long ball over the top, and it's always when the bounce of the ball looks like it's making its way to David Neres, and it's not. But unfortunately, I think it's one of them. All the games seem to be teed up quite nicely. Do you know, like we said, people want to kill these first ties in the first leg. I don't think anyone has done that as of yet. But Bruno Perez has been released by Dzeko. He's got 3 men in the box. Sherpen manages to keep hold of that one. Should have learned from that for the free kick, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I mean, Kyle's just said Ajax will be kicking themselves. Could have been 2-0 up, be a little bit, and then conceding an away goal, could be in danger of more.
Oh, Villarreal shouts for a penalty here, boys. Chukwueze's gone down in the box, but the referee's waved it away. Go on, Kieran, what were you saying?
I think he's completely right. And unfortunately, it's come from a mistake from the goalkeeper, Sherpen, who just gets ahead of the ball and he's not got his body behind it, and it just kind of comes through his hands and into the back of the net. And as he says, they could have been 2-0 up, safe and sound. But Roma have that away goal, and that's crucial in these European ties.
Kennedy whips that one. It's a poor delivery by Kennedy, straight out of play from the other side from Conor. But Granada on their moments, a better final pass, and they might even be winning this game. But Rowan, you were going to say something?
Just Oscar Dorley, he apologised in that thing, but Arsenal, they've been so many times on them, they've crossed the ball in, but no one's there, and Slavia do clear it. But when you lot probably will see after the game, you'll say, I don't know how Lacazette has missed that. I mean, Arsenal, it's not like Arsenal have really lost momentum due to that, because Smith Rowe's just tried to play through Lacazette and is moderately cleared by Slavia, but Lacazette should be putting that in, and now it's 2v2 really. Oli Inca on the left got Rob Holding swinging his legs, and the game will slow down, but 25 minutes left, and Arsenal should be winning this, but it's still 0-0, and Slavia will take this. They really will.
Yes, it's half an hour left in these games, boys. Of course, me and Kieran hogging all the goals so far. Rowan's got none. Man United have just got a corner, though, in the as it ticks over to the 61st minute. Now, Zagreb just had a really, really good chance to equalise. Another save by Rulli, though, who's been playing really well in this game for Villarreal, keeping his side 1-0 up. A couple of changes as well for Zagreb with Ante Awem coming off and Petkovic coming off. coming on. Sorry, I think that was one of the players that Alexa was alluding to earlier when he said they was injured. So he's come onto the pitch as Manchester United head the ball over the top of the net for a goal kick to Granada. But these games seem to have got a little bit more interesting, Rowan.
It's Lacazette again, and it's Saka again. Saka with another dangerous ball into the box past all the defenders. Lacazette's offside. It's Hollish who just loses him. And Lacazette sticks out a foot and he pokes it over the crossbar. But if you're Saka, you've got to be so disappointed with your striker today. You've given him so many opportunities. And you've just not rewarded Saka at all. They've just shown the repeat of Oscar Dolly. He tried to do some step-overs in the midfield to restart this attack that they were on, and Lacazette gambles on it. But that's 2 times now that Lacazette possibly should have scored.
Speaking of substitutes, we've had one in the game. David Neres is off. Brian Brobby, the man leaving for Leipzig at the end of the season, is on, and he's been one hell of an impact substitute in this tournament for Ajax. Finished games off multiple times for them, so he's on in this one.
Wow.
Yeah, he loves a late goal, doesn't he, Brian Brobby, as well?
Yeah, he puts himself about, and I tell you what, he's got a really nice combination of power and speed, which makes him a really dangerous striker for the future. Obviously, Ajax would like to keep him. The Ajax fans aren't very happy that he's leaving, but he's off to Leipzig, and I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of him. But he's a real handful when he comes on.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the type of player I think that Leipzig need at the moment. They've been missing that real ruthless goal scorer in front of the net, of course. I mean, he doesn't even play a striker up front, does he, most times? He normally plays Forsberg as that false 9 sort of player. So maybe someone that can play down the middle will actually be better for him.
Yeah, they're trying to replace Timo Werner with... You were never going to replace his goals, but with Sorloth and Hwang Hee-chan, their first years in the league, hasn't quite gone to plan, but add in Brian Brobby, start him in a couple games, bring him off the bench. Good impact sub, definitely. For now, because he's only young.
Well, it's going to be another substitution for Manchester United. Edison Cavani's getting ready to come on. He's wetting his hair. He's got the tash and the little thing under his bloody lips that connects to his beard. I'm not a fan of it, to be fair.
Goatee.
I couldn't think of the word, but a corner's being whipped in by Fernandez. It's gone through everybody. Alex Telley's going to pick it up at the left-hand side of the penalty area, pass one back to Greenwood, who's going to lay one back into the box. Lovely-looking cross, but nobody's there. Headed away. Dan James wins a header. Jesus Christ. Gets absolutely wiped out in the meantime as well. Fernandez puts one back into the box, recycling the ball. The keeper almost drops it, catches it in his hands, and I'm interested to see who's actually going to come off Edison Cavani, whether it's Mason Greenwood or potentially Marcus Rashford. I'm not sure. 25 minutes left, though, boys. We've got some decent ties now starting to hot up. Rowan, could you see a goal coming for either of the two sides?
Emil Smith-Rowe on the wing. A good defending there by, I think that's Zima. He's gone down injured. Yeah, I was going to say Slavia players look absolutely shattered on the chase. And I think there were some subs warming up. Jan Kuczka, the top goal scorer. Andre Linger has just been at the Under-21 Euros. So he's going to come on. As Smith-Rowe just digs in at Zima there. Zima goes down clutching his leg. He said he's okay. I think it's Dawley who might come off here. I know it's Andre Linger and Jan Kuczka who are going to come on for 12, which is Abdallah Sima is going to come off. That'll be Jan Kuczka, and then Dawley is going to come off, and Linger is going to come on. I mean, Trapowski's there just talking to Dawley saying it's okay. Don't get yourself down. The goal didn't go in, but that 19-year-old Abdallah Sima hasn't really hit the form that he was hitting before these games. Hasn't things. So Jan Kuczka come on. Hopefully he can make an impact for Slavia Prague.
Yeah, and I was right. It is Marcus Rashford that's going to be taken off for Edison Cavani. Hopefully the big Uruguayan can get a goal, give his confidence a little bit of a boost. Glad Marcus Rashford's gone off. He's done his bit today. Hopefully he's not carrying any sort of injury or anything that can take him to the next game. So we'll need him on Sunday for Spurs. In terms of Dinamo Zagreb, Villarreal just had another chance. Alcacer put clean for on goal, one on the right-hand side, dragged his effort. It just trickled a few yards wide to a real chance for Villarreal to kill the tie-off, I'd say, in the first leg. Anybody looking like killing the tie-off in your game, Kieran?
Well, there was another chance for Ajax, and I don't know what it is with these keepers, but another case of the Chapati wrists. As Lopez, it was a long shot from Tagliafico, Brian Brobby, by the way, with his back to play. You just can't do it. It's like Akinfenwa with pace. But the way he's built, he's so strong that he just shields the ball and he lays it off to Tagliafico. And it looks as if Lopez is trying to catch it, flaps it completely, and it goes out for a corner. Nothing comes of it. But these keepers tonight, I'll be honest, if I'm either team, I'm not confident when someone gets a shot on goal and Brobby's in. Great goalkeeping by Lopez. But ironically, this one was saved with his feet, which have been much more reliable than his hands tonight in terms of saving shots.
Do you think either side's going to nick this one?
Yeah, it's looking like Ajax, and there's another cross in, and it'll go out for a corner. It's looking like Ajax. They're riding the wave at the moment, but this has been a game that I've genuinely enjoyed watching because it's been ebbs and flows for both teams, and it's got a really nice tempo to it, to be honest with you.
And Rowan, I know you're watching a 0-0, but would you be happy with a 0-0 for Slavia taking it to the second leg?
Yes. Kuczka scoring off Gabriel, sorry. Kuczka outside the box, has a shot, and well done, Gabriel, to win it back there. Martinelli's one, but yes, because it's a 0-0, but when you're away, the referee just blows his whistle as Lacazette released. I think it was Saka on the wing. But yeah, I think I would be happy because it's a 0-0 against Arsenal, but if you could get that one, if it was 1-1, I'd be very happy, is what I'm trying to say.
I think 0-0's a decent result for Slavia. Kieran, do you think that as well?
Yeah, I mean, for example, like you probably came into this game expecting defeat, like most people were, in terms of how Slavia are built up in this tournament. But you know better than any that they are really good at holding on to draws legitimately. Like in the last couple of rounds, that has been their bread and butter. But they'll want to get out there. You know, a 1-0 loss wouldn't be the worst, but if you could nick an away goal, that'd be priceless for Slavia.
100%. I mean, Kuczka has already looked dangerous coming on. I think Gabriel had having a tough time just because he's been man-marking Sima, who is so much taller than Kuczka that he's sort of having to defend completely different from how he's defended before. So he's been like probably twice now. And also, Arsenal, I talked about Kolar, who has been sort of kicked out of the play a lot of the time. It's the same here with Willian. Willian's done it a couple of times, but Martinelli is going to come on for that man, Willian. So the youngster, obviously, the youngster that's been played with injuries, gets a chance to shine on the Europa League stage.
Almost another mistake, which led to a one-on-one opportunity. Wrench with the most cynical tackle just keeps dragging on Dzeko till he falls over. And unfortunately, it was Timber who made a mistake, the young man. Wrench now misses the next game. There's another free kick. I usually don't bother with dangerous free kicks, but with the way Sherpen reacted with the last one, Pellegrini is standing over. It's a little bit further out, this one, but I'll see if he changes his approach. And last time he went keeper's side, maybe goes over the wall this time. I'll let you know when he takes the free kick.
Granada had another decent opportunity there. I mean, for all of the ball that they've surrendered to Man United, they've had 8 attempts to Manchester United's 11. They've had their fair share of opportunities, whether they'll be half opportunities or not. But they probably could get something from this game if they were a little bit more clinical in front of goal. And they are coming forward now with Yangel Herrera outside the box. Plays it to a boy. And do you know what? It's not a bad result because the ball coming in was an awful ball. It just ricochets off the back of Lindelof and goes out for play for a corner. I mean, Mason Greenwood was the man that gives away the ball in the midfield. Yangel Herrera has been really good so far. Plays it to Never. His name is Never. And he crosses the ball and it hits Lindelof's back and goes out of play. Awful cross, but I mean, another good chance for Granada to get back into the game from this corner kick.
What? How is he offside when... Kieran, mine was nothing.
Kieran. Oh, it's all right. It was one of them, a poor clearance by Roma again, go figure. And Ryan Gravenberch is on the edge of the box. He plays a lovely 1-2 with Klaassen to get through on the left. He then puts it across the box. The first guy misses it. It's prodded at the back post by Anthony. And Lopez makes a really good reactionary save in front of the net. But Ajax looking the more likely after that free kick was appalling, by the way. The one that I talked about earlier. Terrible.
We've just had a really good opportunity here. Lacazette on the left, posts it across the box, and Saka, very unselfish, probably maybe could have turned and hit. Instead, lays it off for Partey, who's a bit further out, and Partey hits it outside the box, and he just puts it wide. But Arsenal really getting their footing back in this game. They had it in the opening probably 35 minutes of the game. They're really finding it again right now.
Well, it's another yellow card for Man United, and it's a yellow card for Harry Maguire, and now he's going to be suspended for the second leg as well. I mean, it's never a yellow card. I mean, Soldado's looking for the foul every day of the week, going up for a header with Harry Maguire, and of course, Harry Maguire's a lot taller than him. Goes down under the challenge, but another good chance for Granada to get a ball into the box. I think it's going to be Kennedy to take it, who's been trying to channel his inner Neymar all game. I'm probably sure he'll channel it at some point with 19, 18 minutes to go. It's going to be whipped in by. It's a really good ball in, headed away by Cavani, out to the center, one of the centre halves, back to Puertas. Tries a long ball from his own half into the box and headed away by Bruno Fernandes, and then Mason Greenwood can pick it up and try to put Man United on a counter attack, and they are on the counter attack. It's a 3-on-2, and Cavani plays a beautiful pass to Greenwood. If he can get there, he can. He's harassed by Kennedy, but Mason Greenwood. I mean, Kennedy's done fantastically well there to win the ball back. Rowan.
Sevcich, I think that's Sevcich, has just put it wide. It was Jan Kuksu just kept hold of the ball, does really well, gets past Holding. He puts the ball across the thing. Bar was open. Cedric does well. And Sevcich should at least get that on target. Oh, it just whips to the left. You know what? It probably should be 1-0 Slavia. Sevcich probably should do a lot better there because I think Slavia knew the subs were happening. Prime opportunity to do something. Well into Jan Kuksu, did well to fight for the ball. But Sevcich just puts it wide. If that was Nico Stanchu, that would have gone in. But there are going to be some changes for Arsenal as well. Saka, I think he's going to come off for Aubameyang. Hold up.
Going to be another sub for Man United as well. Matic is getting ready to come on. I'm probably sure it's going to be for one of the midfield two, or both on yellow cards, either McTominay or Pogba. Probably Pogba because he's just come back from injury. But yeah, I mean, it's not been the smoothest game for Man United. They do have the lead, and it is Paul Pogba who's been withdrawn for Nemanja Matic. But Rowan, you were saying?
It's three subs. It's Pepe for Saka, Laka for Aubameyang, and it is Thomas Partey for El Nene, I think.
Oh, El Nene? Trying to scream at last minute, El Nene.
I think it's El Nene.
You'll be able to tell.
I couldn't see him come on. They didn't show it. They were showing, I think, Lacazette running. But yeah, it's El Nene that came off.
And there is two subs in it. Oh.
Okay, Rowan, I said Aubameyang's on now.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I said.
Forget it.
Anyway,
okay.
the subs in the Roma game, Bojan Mayoral, one of the top scorers in the tournament, is coming on for Edin Dzeko. And unfortunately, Lorenzo Pellegrino...
Sorry. Aubameyang, it probably should be 1-0 Aubameyang. Talk about media impact. Emile Smith-Rowe steals it, puts it across the face of goal, and Aubameyang puts it inches wide of the post. I'm very sorry, KL. I'm very sorry.
It's all right. Vertu's off the Villa.
Sorry. I just said Aubameyang should have got it on target there. Of his first touch of the game, just pokes it wide. Kolar is drawn to his near post. So much open space, and it should be 1-0. I do apologise, Kieran, for cutting you off, but Aubameyang should have scored there.
Yeah, we also had two substitutes for Granada there. I think Fulquia came on for Never. And then who else came on? It was Machis came on for Kennedy. So Machis, the UEL road to the final, is on.
I mean, another ball in behind him. Martinelli just couldn't control it. But Arsenal, these substitutes have got fire in the soul as Pepe puts the ball in. And Arsenal are rolling right now. Ball goes out of play.
Are you expecting a winner from either team, Rowan?
If we're being realistic, Arsenal. These three subs really have turned it to another level right now in these 2 minutes they've been on. So I think if it's going to be a late winner, I think just a winner, it'll be Arsenal.
And Kieran, you were saying Ajax were on top of Roma, managed to overpower them at all and try to get themselves back on top, or is it very much Ajax?
No, to be honest, it's been neither since them kind of a couple of opportunities. It's been both teams having little spells, but nothing of real danger. As Wrench is replaced by Kleiber as well as one of Ajax's substitutes. But yeah, Nothing major in terms of chances. There's still 10 minutes to go, but I still think we've got another goal in this game. I just feel it.
Tellez whips that one in towards Cavani, and he just wasn't gambling on it at all. And he probably should have done, because it was a fantastic ball in from Alex Tellez. I mean, if Cavani sticks a foot out, it's 2-0. Guys, maybe duct tape Rowan's mouth so the more introduction.
Sorry.
That's what Karen said. Oh, we love him. Rowan?
We've got two substitutes here. Traore and Mastropost are both going to come on.
Right, Rowan, I'm gonna put you up against it. If Slavia score, who's scoring?
Jan Kutka, probably. But like I said, I don't think Slavia are scoring, because Arsenal have got a second corner in like 30 seconds. It's all Arsenal right now.
Not gonna lie, the second half of this Zagreb Villarreal game has been pretty dross. I mean, I'm watching it. Zagreb are trying to get back into it, but they can't channel that sort of momentum that they had in the last tie against Tottenham. Obviously, the 3-0, probably one of the best results for them in the most recent times. They've not really channeled that tonight. They've not taken any momentum from that tie. They've been quite poor. But like I said, just as equally as they've been poor, Villarreal have been just good because they're just so well-oiled and well-drilled. And I mean, that's why they're one of the favourites to win the tournament for me. Because there's no doubt they'll end up winning this game by 2-0. And it'll be a shithouse set piece that just gets flicked on and flicked in. Rowan?
Yeah, Martinelli, just inside the box, has a shot, and Kolar's just forced to tip it over. He might not even got a touch to it, actually. I'm just going to look here. But it was just a lovely shot. Martinelli hits it with so much power. I think it actually goes out for a corner.
Anything coming from that corner, do you think?
It's still going. Sorry. I could hear a voice talking. It's still going. It's
Probably
still going.
Josh.
No, I don't know. I might have been through in our commentary box. Kolar has put a good long ball over the top. Cedric hasn't cleared away. Bellerin does well. Shaky defending from Cedric there.
Oh, shit, I haven't turned Villarreal on the ticker. I knew that.
But Arsenal,
that's always been there.
Arsenal have been moving, by the way. They are not stopping. Martinelli now puts the ball into the box and Kolar will catch.
Cavani tries the ball into the box, can be easily headed away by the Granada defenders and taken down and volleyed away. I mean, Man United, I think they need a second goal to be comfortable in this game. That's going to be a foul by Lindelof on Soldado, who's rolling about on the floor. And I'd probably say Villarreal need another goal as well to really kill the tie off. Would you say the same for your game, Kieran? Another goal to take something?
No. I feel like all the ties tonight, as you mentioned at the top of the show, really, that teams look like they're playing tonight to kill it after the first leg. And as I said earlier, I don't think anyone has. I think all these games are teed up very nicely for next week. I think a goal in this game, be it for Roma, makes next week a very big uphill task for Ajax. But if it's for Ajax, then I don't think it changes for Roma. They've still got their away goal and they'll fancy themselves at home next week. So in this game, I think it's just teed up no matter what result tonight to be a really interesting second leg.
And I think no matter the result now in that game, Rowan, I think Slavia Prague are going to be in with a chance no matter what in the second leg. Yeah,
you can't rule them out. As we'd have some subs here. Stanchu came off and Majapus came on. I don't think Traore didn't actually come on the pitch. Yeah, but again, you can't rule them out. It's just, I know, you know the teams, but like you're gonna want. They needed that away goal. It's just to give them a bit of comfort. It just means that when they go over to Prague, it's gonna be. You've got to beat them by a clear goal now. You can't rely on away goals.
Yeah,
which win that is.
That'll be. They've just got to win the match in 90 minutes. And then they'll be through.
100%. But the way they played today, they played against how they played against Leicester and Rangers, probably the second better team at points. Oh, as in a nasty challenge, not a nasty challenge, just an accidental clip by Martinelli on Bar, who went down and clutching his thigh there. Just Martinelli barges in, but Bar was jumping up to go clear the ball.
Yeah, the first real time that Machis has had a run at the Man United backline. He has a little snapshot, ricochets off McTominay out for a corner. Granada, they're threatening again. They've had 10 corners in this game so far. I mean, they're probably relying on these set pieces to get something from this game, and it's going to be Matisse to take said corner. Whips in. It's a decent delivery in towards the back stick. Someone gets a head on it. It's up into the air though, and it's ricocheted off Wan-Bissaka out for a throw-in.
There was just a corner. There was just a corner in this game that, I'll be honest, like corner taken quickly, but no one's on the same page, so there's no one in the box. That was what Dusan Tadic was going for there, and I think there was like 2 people in the box. It didn't quite work as well as the one at Anfield last year. But to be fair, Ajax with a little bit of urgency late in the game, it's clear to see.
Oh, it's a long-range drive by someone, and it's blocked, and Cavani takes it up.
It's saying it's 1-0 Arsenal. I'm sorry, Kieran. It was on a counter-attack, and it wasn't cleared, but Nicolas Pepe has come in, and he's just poked it past Andre Cole. It's a nice, cheeky little finish. Arsenal have got the goal. It was on the substitute that I wasn't happy to see, and that's not even biased. It was Olinka, came off the 32-year-old Traore, and as that, Zima, I think, is just being caught out. It was maybe a ball that he should have really covered, probably, but Pepe does really well to fight. Does really well to fight for the ball. There were possible foul in the build-up, but no, they weren't. He slipped. Just a good ball.
What a save. Oh, my God. How's that not gone in? Sorry, go on.
Just a good ball, and Pepe pokes it in the back of the net. Just that good first touch to take it past Zima, and it goes into the back of the net. And Arsenal 1-0 up with 5 minutes left.
There's a massive chance on Man United to get a second. It was Bruno Fernandes who had the shot. Great save by the goalkeeper, though. He's one-on-one, slipped in by Daniel James. It's an awkward position for him. He tries to put it through the keeper's legs, but the keeper makes a really good save to keep it 1-0. But we've had a goal in every game tonight, lads. We're happy. Finally, Rowan's game's broken the deadlock. Of course, it's not the team that you wanted to break the deadlock, Rowan, but nevertheless, you've had a goal. I still think 1-0's all right, because they're definitely in with it for next week.
Yeah. Wait and see. It'd be interesting. It's not over yet, but really good finish by Pepe.
I think Donny van der Beek's coming on as well. But he was there, and there I see him. He's there. He's coming on the pitch. He's Donny van der Beek. It'll probably be for Bruno Fernandes. May even be for McTominay because he's on the yellow card. Now Matic is on a yellow card as well. We absolutely love a yellow card tonight. Matic has fouled someone. He's got a yellow card. Zagreb Villarreal still 1-0. I mean, Zagreb pushed him for this equaliser now, and they've got it in midfield. It's a lovely switch of play out wide. There's a man open to his right. If Vinusic can see him, he does. Lovely ball in, and it's up in the air and cleared away. Not convincingly, though. I mean, Zagreb only got 2 men in the box, and I mean, they're chasing the goal. They are a goal behind. Still not cleared, though, and that's a poor pass. It's going to be easily cleared by Villarreal. And it's Mason Greenwood who comes off for Donny van der Beek. Nice to see him get some minutes on the pitch.
Yeah, but it's free in the box, and he's volleyed home. And it's 2-1 to Roma. And it's Ibanez. It's bloody Ibanez. What a player. And so it's come from a corner from Pellegrini. And it's tried to be headed away. But it's headed towards the back post where Ibanez, this is not a centre-half finish. He takes it on the chest, lashes it home. Too fast for Sherpen. And Roma have managed to complete the comeback at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Klaassen heads it to the back post. Ibanez off the chest, left foot hit into the roof of the net. And I tell you what, if I was a striker, I'd be proud of that one.
Well, Kieran, you did say if Roma got the goal, it's going to be an uphill task for Ajax. Any chance of them potentially getting the equaliser in this game? Have they threatened before the goal?
They had. I'll be honest, they'd mellowed out a little bit in terms of clear-cut opportunities, and it was kind of all being played in the centre of the park. But Ibanez has come up massive for Roma. And yeah, I said it last week, Ajax now need 2 goals next week, no matter what the result. So it makes it extremely difficult for the Dutch side. But Roma were up against it tonight. They were 1-0 down, and they come out 2-1 leaders with about 2 minutes to go.
And speaking of coming up massive, Rowan, you mentioned about the substitutes. It is a substitute that's actually grabbed the goal for Arsenal tonight. Did they really change the game?
100%. I think, well, in fairness, I think Pepe came on for Saka, and it wasn't a change that, I mean, Saka was already having a great game, but yeah, I think they just brought a bit of energy and fight to the game that the players on the pitch already weren't showing. But for me, And I think Danny Ceballos did come on for someone as well. Could be Xhaka, actually. But yeah, the sort of subs, it was great subs by Arteta. Throws being taken quickly. Why is the camera cut away from it?
Oh my God,
4 minutes at a time though.
How has Alcacer missed? He's got an open net to tap the ball into and he's put it wide. What a miss. I mean, he's offside, to be fair. He's, I think it's Pedraza. But a ball's poked back across the box and it is an open net for Alcacer to stick his foot on and stick it into. And he pokes the ball wide. It's an awful miss from the Spaniard, who's normally so potent in front of goal. That time he wasn't, though. But Dinamo Zagreb, of course, they're living on the edge a little bit here. Another goal would absolutely kill the tie-off for the second leg, I think. As would this one in Spain, in Granada. But Rowan, it's looking a little bleak for Slavia Prague at the moment in terms of this leg.
Yeah. I think they were always going to be the second team in this game as they were with the other ones. Arteta's not happy with something. It's just go back. The thing is, 1-0 is okay. It is okay. It's just I'm a big fan of the away goal. I love an away goal, and I think it really calms the nerves. But yeah. 1-0 down, you go home, just 1-0. I wasn't a fan of taking off Olayinka in fairness, I understand the other, but this isn't biased, just you had a fresher, not even a fresher, but a younger player there who will run. And Ibrahim Traore is 32 years old. He's naturally like a centre midfielder. He's not a winger. So you're obviously clearly changing things up, but I would have liked to see even keep Seema on at least and would have took Olayinka off, put Seema on the wing. Just have a bit more energy in that game rather than sort of slowing it down.
Yeah, we're almost into added times in these games. Kieran, free kick, just say?
Free kick with 15 seconds to go, and it was coming in as you were speaking, and Tagliafico got his head on it. And it was one of them camera tricks. It looked a little bit closer than it was. They were appealing for a corner, but it's probably one they should have got in the end. But unfortunately, it's a goal kick, and 4 minutes added on in this game for Ajax to try and search for an equaliser.
Ball whipped in by Tellez. Cavani gets his head onto it, and it's a backwards header. But it's been given as is it a corner or a penalty for Man United? I mean, Bryce, I think it might be a penalty to Man United. Bryce he's pleading his innocence. He's just come on for Gonalons. The ref's going to VAR. Bruno Fernandes was down in the box. Man United might have a penalty. It's a yellow card for someone. Yeah, Bryce is getting the yellow card. I think it's a penalty to Man United. Rowan?
Provo just takes it on the volley, swinging, and Leno makes a great save, goes out for a corner.
But yeah, the ball comes in from Tellez. Bryce and Fernandes are fighting in the box. And there's a flailing hand in there as the ball comes in. Hand to the face on Fernandes. What are you going to say, Kieran?
Is that Bryce Iteki?
I have no idea, mate. It just says Bryce. But he's off. Surprisingly enough, he misses the next match. He's got a yellow card. Go on.
He conceded the penalty to Mulder late on in that game as well.
Yes!
I'm guessing Slavia have scored.
Thomas Hollish is putting it in the back of the net. And they've got the away goal in 93rd minute. Leno doesn't cover it.
Wow.
Leno, the hero, stops Provod's shot and he parries it off the post. It resolves for the corner after. And then Slavia committed men in the box. It's a lovely ball in. It's all the way through. And Hollish is at the back post and heads it in. I think it's Nick Pepe who might be at fault here, the goal scorer. I'll just watch Hollish here. It's a good ball in, and Pepe is facing the goal. He's not trying to clear the ball. It comes off him, slows the ball down, and Hollish back post is marked by, I think that's Cedric. But Hollish there fights for it, and it's headed on by Hollish. Leno, I think he does all the best he can. He pokes his hands up to stop it.
I mean, it's 2-0 Man United. It was a really bad penalty from Bruno Fernandes, but the goalkeeper really should be saving that. He gets hands to it, and it just squeezes into the back of the net. It's 2-0 Man United on the night. So we've just had 2 goals in the space of 20 seconds. Ron, I know you're absolutely buzzing with that one. An away goal for Slavia Prague.
It's the goal I wanted. I said I'd be happy. I'd take a 1-0 loss, but I would have even loved an away goal that calms yourself a little bit.
Yeah, and speaking of away goals, I think that one probably kills the tie-off for Manchester United. It should be a straightforward turn of events at Old Trafford from next week. And the 2 away goals, I mean, even I don't back them to concede 2 away goals. 4 minutes of added time, though, however. We are 3.5. Got 3.5 of those left, Kieran. I'm guessing your game is nearly done?
Yeah, there's a minute left. There was 4 added on. We're now in the third of that. I don't expect any more real action here, to be honest with you. Maybe one more chance if we're lucky, but Roma just trying to see out the game now.
Full time at the Emirates, and it's 1-1. Slavia Prague in the final minute of the game rescue an away goal.
And I mean, how Arsenal is that?
Sheriff Fellini's been booked for mouthing off at a ball boy. The ball boy has levered the ball straight at Sheriff Fellini. It hits him in the face. He's fuming, and Sheriff Fellini gets booked. I don't think the ball boy's very happy that his Ajax team are 2-1 down. Jesus, that's a hell of a collision in the midfield, and the ref just completely ignored it.
Miscontrol in the middle of the park there.
I mean,
I'm not going to lie. Donny van der Beek, since he's come on, has been very good. He's been zipping around the park. It's going to be a free kick for Granada, though. Sorry, Ron, what were you going to say?
What's even more shithouse is that after Pepe scored the goal, Pepe then was at fault for the thing, and Bart immediately went and asked for his shirt. I know it wasn't shithouse, but I just kind of like it. Pepe there, head in hands, and then he's gone over and asked for the shirt.
Well, a miscommunication in the box between Machis and I think it was Bryce again. I mean, if Machis takes a better touch, he's in there. Brilliant tackle on Wan-Bissaka again. And Cavani lets it go out to play for a goal kick. But we're a minute and a half left in this game. Dinamo Zagreb Villarreal has got, I think, a minute left. I think it might be a free kick to Villarreal as well. Yeah, it is. Minute left in that game. That's been a pretty boring game, I'm not going to lie. Villarreal holding the lead, and I think it's a good lead to take to the home tie. I mean, but we'll talk about the games just while the other games wind down. Kieran, Ajax 1, Roma 2. Roma taking a 2-1 lead to Italy.
Yeah, massive result for Roma. And if you're Ajax, you've got to rue the missed penalty. They took the lead early on through Roma's errors. It was Diawara's poor pass back to Mancini. Mancini misjudged it, didn't know whether to come or go. Lovely prodded home by Klaassen. But Roma fought back after Paul Lopez saved the Tadic penalty. A goal from Pellegrini, which Sherpen kind of parried into his own net, unfortunately. And then what a goal to win it. The centre-half Ibanez from a corner, and it's on the back post. He chests it, volleys it into the roof of the net. A brilliant goal to win the tie, and win the leg, sorry. And it might be crucial in winning the tie.
Well, United come forward again. Dan James puts the ball in the box, and the defender has to overhead kick it to his own goalkeeper because Bruno Fernandes is coming in fast at the near post. But 10 seconds left in this game. The keeper just blasted out of play. I think even he's bored of this game as well. But for Unai Emery and Villarreal, they've nicked a 1-0 win over in Zagreb. A great result for Villarreal again. Another sort of professional performance from them. It is also over in Spain as well. Granada have lost 2-0 to Man United. But do you know what? They can be proud in their efforts today. Probably should have got a goal. It was a very, very bad tie, to be fair. There was no real quality in it, but Man United got away with it. 2-0 winners on the night. The tie's probably over for the next round. Rowan, Arsenal 1, Slavia 1. How happy are you with that?
Buzzing. It's the away goal that said I won, and I think it's probably the same as Rangers last time, but probably don't deserve it. But at the end of the day, they've got the away goal. It took a while for me to get goals. 86th minute, Nick Pepe. Fairness, I feel so sorry for him because he did really well when he came on. I think all them subs did. They brought a new lease life to the Arsenal side, but just lovely ball in behind, then lovely tap past Kolar, and then corner comes in, and he's just facing the wrong way. He sort of flicks it on, and Holesh fights. He's playing at centre back today, and he got a goal under his name. I think that it might be his first goal in like 7 years, or his 7th goal in 7 years or something. But Slavia have rescued an away goal from the depths.
Yeah, and what a massive away goal that could be to turn out for the away legs. I think we've got some nice ties set up for next week, boys.
Yeah, definitely. I think no tie seems out of grasp. Maybe apart from Granada, Man United, just because you were away in this game. But you never know in the Europa League. But overall, a good night of European action, I would say.
Yeah, and just before we quit for the night, we'll play the Watchalong advert one more time so we can hear Josh's beautiful voice. And I will play it now.
Coming up on the Sports Corner over the next few days, we've got lots of content to come, including sporting action with the darts and the football. For the first time, you can join us for multi-stream watch-alongs. This is basically where you're able to watch 2 streams at the same time on our channel, which will be covering the Premier League of darts as well as the Champions and the Europa League football to come over the next few days. First of all, we've got the Premier League of darts, which you're with me, of course, right now for that. Then we have the Champions League, Bayern Munich taking on Paris Saint-Germain, as well as Porto Chelsea. That is available from 7:50, so it might even be live while you're watching now. We've got the Premier League of darts, night number 4. That's live from 7:05 with myself on Thursday night. Some big games coming up there from Milton Keynes. And then don't forget, the Europa League quarterfinal first leg goal show is on Thursday from 10 to 8 with the rest of the Sports Corner team. We have Friday A-League morning watch-alongs. That's Macarthur Bulls coming up against Brisbane Roar. That is with Rowan from 10 a.m. And then, of course, the last night of Premier League action, night number 5, from 7:05 with myself before the end of the week on the Sports Corner.
So there we have it, boys. Thank you very much for joining me, Kieran.
Thank you very much, Kieran.
And thank you very much for joining me, Rowan.
Thank you very much, Kieran.
So yeah, as you saw, you can join Rowan tomorrow for the A-League watch-along. What time is it on, Rowan?
10:05.
10:05. It's a later one than usual. Rowan gets a little bit of a lay-in. Make sure you check out the website. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel. Stand and Deliver review night 1, and then Stand and Deliver review night 2 tomorrow. Rowan, am I right?
You are right.
I am right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And Rowan will see you in the morning for the A-League. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.